going live. Yeah, we here. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
What it do?
What it do? What it do? Yes, sir. Today is, what is today? Today is Thursday, the 25th, July 25th. This summer's flying by.
Hell yeah.
9:00 p.m., baby boy. Catch you right before you go meanies. We're gonna hit you with this right here.
Shout out to anybody turning on this right now on this YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget to subscribe to my boy channel right here.
Here we go. If you know this man, you know his hard work, you know his hustle, and you know his dedication to succeed. If you know this man, you know he about his business, boy. This man is an ambassador of Chicano rap, a pioneer, far ahead of his time. He's the brain behind the madness. Pull out your notepads and pens, motherfuckers. You might want to take some notes. Homie might drop some gems on your ass. Urban Kings, Old English Brand, Psycho Shop, DJ Decoy, CEO. He said for life, baby boy.
Yeah.
Everybody give it up for the powerful Jimmy Diaz.
Appreciate that, man. That intro's epic. You know more about me than I wouldn't even know I did all that.
Hey, homie, I just fucking Googled you, dog.
Appreciate that.
Hit the Google, dog.
Thank God for Google.
Hey, now you know what, dog? I know some people that know you, dog.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And
sure.
yeah, dog. You know what I mean? And I like to do my homework and shit, dog. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
And then I like to, you know what I mean? And you know, it's cool. You know what I mean? But I've seen your work, bro.
For sure.
I mean, you've been working fucking.
Yeah.
You've been working forever, bro. You know what I mean? Doing this thing. You know what, bro? It always seems like you're setting the stage for everybody else, right?
Yeah. And I don't see it that way, but I mean, a lot of people do tell me that vibe. And I'm just always focused on what's my next move. I want to be busy. Like it's not really setting nothing up. Just stay busy. That's why I always put stay busy crew. And I'm always want to come up with things, try to get everything that I'm doing and do it at the highest potential, and everything just intertwined together. So it's like a ball rolling down and just keeps rolling and rolling, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's why I have so many different things going on, and from the clothing brand to the shop to, you know, my office, other endeavors that nobody even knows. It's more grown up endeavors, you know. So I just always like to stay busy.
Hey, well tonight, my boy, we setting the stage for you, my boy.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean? We setting the stage for you, big dog. People that don't know, big dog, people that don't know Jimmy Diaz.
Yeah.
I'd like to start off like this, dog. I'd like to start off and just, you know what I mean, throw your brands out there, your label, you know, this is what you created. You are the CEO of these entities, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and those are?
I got Urban Kings Music Group, Old English Brand, the Psycho Shop. I mean, those are the three that stick out of my head. I mean,
and those are the three that everybody knows you by.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what, bro. You are the man. I mean, when I said you're the ambassador of Chicano rap, bro, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, a lot of these dudes wouldn't be out there without you behind the scenes and giving them that push. Am I wrong or right about that?
I don't know, man. I help about talented people that already had talent. I just did my due diligence on how I think I should do it to get them to the next level. Would things be different? I don't know. There's lots of people that I could have worked with but didn't that are doing great. So, you know, I don't like to give myself all the credit. It's a team development thing. It's, you know, it's like I just do my best due diligence. I can't really explain, you know, just.
So we have all these homies in LA, Southern California, big dog.
Yeah.
And they're aspiring rappers, bro. They have dreams. There's some that are sitting in a prison cell right now, writing raps, dog.
Sure.
Hoping that one day they would get a chance, and maybe they might bump into Jimmy Diaz, and Jimmy Diaz gives them a break, bro. Like, bro, there's dudes out there with dreams, and they're looking at you like you might have the fucking keys, dog, to start the ignition to that dream.
Yeah.
You know, and so what does it take, bro, for a hip hop artist to work with or get to get signed by Urban Kings?
To get the attention, right? I think it's just not with me. It's just about bringing value. You know, it's not just a talent. You know, it's a lot of things combined with creating an artist, creating any type of brand, creating any type of what I call brand equity. You know, and what most companies do is they look at the talent, they look at the potential, and they also look at the person as who they are. So you know, based on these decisions, you know, that's why some people go far and some people don't with a label or not. It's just
The full package.
yeah, it's just everything comes with it. You know, sometimes it's not just the raps, it's the look. Sometimes it's not just the looks, it's the personality. Sometimes it's not none of those, it's just the hustle. So you know, what I look at is like I just mentioned, it's just the whole package. You know, like what's the it factor, and a lot of the artists have some it factors, and a lot of people don't. And I learned, you know, when I first started Urban Kings, it wasn't even Urban Kings. I started Body Soul Records, and I had Gangsta with their records, and I released a lot of stuff that nobody cared about, nobody really liked. You know, I had to giveaway stuff. I lost my money, and it wasn't until I started learning the process of what it takes from an operation to work and actually get to the highest potential is when I started making the right decisions and working with the right people, working with the right artists, getting distribution deals, getting into Sony, Universal, EMI. I had meetings with all those people. I was working with artists. I was involved with all those labels. I picked up getting there. Dealt with a lot of lawyers, so I picked up getting there. That till now, I utilize, you know, contracts, reading contracts. It's just a lot, man, that I started really young. You know, I was about 17, 18 that I was already kind of had the opportunity to even start getting that going, you know.
So is this did you go to school? You have any schooling behind all this?
No, man. I mean, I've actually was at class clown. I don't like to read. I like studying. I can't focus to one thing, and it's just that's why I'm saying stay busy, because I use that as a well, my mind just can't stand still. I can't watch TV. I can't sit here and just chill and watch TV. It just wants to continue to do stuff. The only thing that I did was I flipped it to focus on stuff that gets me farther, instead of focusing on stuff that don't get me farther. You know, when I was young, I did what other guys wanted to do. You know, chase girls, fix up my car. You know, I don't know. I just did it real young, and I just learned real quick that it was just a waste of my time. And I just started focusing on building businesses. And right now, like my main focus is to understand how a 20 employee company runs, and that's kind of like where my why is at. So like when I have all these brands and all these artists, and I'm building all this, you know, like different avenues or return of investments, like ROIs people talk about. I'm really doing it to figure out how I can run multi companies on like in a harmony type way without really like running it in the sense. And then, you know, and you know, that's my it factor, and that's why I've gone so far. Because I'm studying psychology, I'm studying, and this is on YouTube. This is not, you know, and also mentors.
I mean, that's the way I learn these
days. Yeah, I do YouTube.
On YouTube.
YouTube mentors. I take self-development classes. I evaluate myself, figure out what I'm doing wrong. If somebody don't like me, like why? What the fuck did I do? Or you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of evaluating, bro, and development myself. Like I just worry about myself. I don't worry about nobody else. Like,
worry about how you can get better.
That's it. That's just every single day, every single morning, every single night. I listen to a podcast. I listen to YouTube all day. That's all. That's it. And when I get tired of it, then I listen to some music. But the majority of it is practicing every single day, and just being very careful on what influences me. You know, without losing my roots. You know.
Exactly.
Without losing my roots, I still love my roots. I love where I come from. But the higher I climb, the higher nobody cares where you come from. It's about what you're doing now. It's about what you bring. It's about the value you bring to the table. And the more value you bring, then the more money you'll make. It's just, I mean, somebody once told me, like, do you think you can make $2 million in a year as payroll, like yourself, like take home? And I told him no. He's like, well, if you could make 10 million, they'll pay you 2 million. So you just got to get that smart and be doing the right moves where you bring in that return on investment in a very like detailed fashion, because you created so much different stuff, so much experience. You know, organizing a company is really hard, but if you can do it, you can close your company and the company will hire you. You know what I mean? Like if I lose everything, I'm gonna get hired by a big company because I know how to do so much stuff. And that's where my focus is at, just learning, consistently learning. I can't stay home and watch TV. I can't. I come from the Swapmeet. I've been working at the San Francisco Swapmeet, where a lot of people know me from since I was 12 years old. Yeah. I've never had morning cartoons. My morning was at the Swapmeet. So yeah. Like, I don't know if that made me into how can I put it? I don't know if it made me into a different person, into a different breed, but I just can't stand still. I just can't stay home. I can't stand it.
You're just a freak of nature, big dog.
Yeah, I don't know about freak of nature, but I just can't stand watching TV and Netflix.
I mean, it's a waste of time, bro.
It's a waste of my time, man. And even when I go on Netflix, I'm looking at documentaries.
I mean, you're just, bro, you have any mentors?
Not specifically. They're all like just YouTube mentors and people who I look up to, and people with ideologies of how you should, of how, I guess, like what you do on the dating, it's the way you operate in life is what I really focus on. Like the way we all operate a certain way.
How you spend every minute of the day.
That and like we all operate and do stuff that have a return on investment.
Yeah. So you're just making sure whatever you're doing somehow, some way, it's going to come back around to be productive. And
not just come back around, it's the highest of what anybody can do on that particular niche or whatever you know what I mean. Yeah, so like just it's just crazy, bro. It's just really crazy how if you really pay attention to yourself, how much you can catch and fix and just better yourself.
So you being this hands-on, self-taught freak of nature. I'm just fucking with you, dog. Yeah. But being, you know what I mean, bro, like the amount of, I mean, what made you, or what inspired you to get into, Chicano rap, starting a label? Like, what was it the Swapmeet?
It was an opportunity, man, that nobody else was really doing the way I envisioned it. Yeah. So the opportunity gave me a platform in regards of having some cash flow, right? And when I had a cash flow, when I was selling certain things, what triggered to my head is, why am I selling him? I can just sell my own stuff.
Yeah.
So then that's when I started producing stuff. But then I found out that was a lot more harder than I thought. And then that's when I started really educating myself on what branding means and brand equity and understanding what the big labels were doing. And I applied it. And it took many years. I mean, it's not like it just landed on my lap, but it was the opportunity. I wasn't chasing it. It was more or less just landed in front of me, and it was like, you can do it or not. Like,
I mean, how many dudes, when did you start Urban Kings?
I don't even remember, but if I'm guessing, like 2003.
Okay, so back then, bro, how many Jimmy Diaz were out there, bro? Who else was doing?
My age, or just what I was doing?
Let's just say what you were doing.
3 or 4 people that control that market.
I mean, it just seems like since back then, bro, it just seems like you've always been the center of that circle, if you want to call it a circle.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for so long, bro, you know what I mean? And I mean, it's a tough business, isn't it?
Everything's tough. Any business is tough.
I mean, in regards to like, you're dealing with rappers. Rappers have egos, but not only are you dealing with regular rappers, you're dealing with Chicano gangster rap artists, bro. You know what I mean? So that's coming with a little more ego, bro. You know what I mean? So how do you like, and so it seems like in this music industry, it seems like the mainstream music industry probably doesn't want to deal with that. I mean, that might be something the reason why they don't want to deal with it. Maybe other things we can get into that, dog. But how do you deal with that, dog? I mean, is it a factor?
Nah, bro, they all been cool.
Yeah, respectful.
I mean, it's business.
It's business. But sometimes, you're dealing with street dudes, big dog. You know what I mean? And sometimes they don't understand, hey, bro, this ain't personal. This is just business, dog. And they get you know what I mean? Have you ever had anyone get their feelings hurt? Like, oh, you know what I mean? Been down that road? I mean, you ain't got to really talk about it, bro, but I'm just saying, like.
No. I mean, in regards of, like, actual personal getting mad.
Yeah, like, nah, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Not really. I mean, yeah, we have, with every business, even not just artists, with employees, we have what I call conversations about certain things. It's dialogue, context.
Exactly.
I don't look at it as in we having
a heated
feud. No, it's never like that. It's always like we're having a conversation of how can we better a certain product or a certain song or a certain cover. I mean, on all the artists, we had conversations about their covers. That's why their covers are their covers, because we spent so much time to develop them. Some of them didn't like the cover, so we had to redo it. Some of them, wanted a different playlist, so I had to redo it. You know, and some of them I said, nah, like I like it the way it is. Trust me, it's gonna work, and we went with it. So it's just not being like egotistic. It's just really being open and doing the right decision. And either they're gonna be more right than me, or I'm gonna be more right. Both of us are right, but who's the more right? Like, who can get us to the next level?
Exactly.
And then sometimes you just gotta, like, all right, you know what? If you really feel that way, let's do it. At the end of the day, it's gonna affect that certain project, which is what they're involved. So for the most part, I never really had nobody not disagree with me, because I would change stuff around and to make everybody happy, and the outcome has been great. I mean, the albums that we put out, the artwork has been like phenomenal. I mean, I think that's one of the major things that has really helped my label really have quality catalog records. What they call catalog, meaning forever they'll be played in their classic albums. Yeah. Because we really curated that. It just didn't happen. Like, we actually went back there and we
put out a polished
product. And we developed it. Yeah. And that's something that a lot of people don't take into consideration, that it's development. We might have different ideas, but those ideas are all valid. We just got to pick the right one and develop it, see what happens with it, see where it goes, not just shut it down and get mad because one thing didn't work.
Yeah, no, for sure. So it sounds like everybody's conducting themselves in a business manner, which is fucking. I mean, which
and they're also my homies too. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're not. I'm not in a suit and they're in a suit. Like, we're sitting there discussing.
Yeah. I mean, you're easy to talk to. Like, they feel kind of like, you know what, fuck it, I don't like that. Let me just talk to Jimmy about it.
Or sometimes I'll be the one that backs down and be like, I just do it. Like there's been certain songs that I don't like and they really like it. So I'm like, all right, let's go with that. But the next 5 or 6 ones, let's change it up a little bit and let's do this. And they go ahead and do that. And now we have a full-blown album that they do and I do. And then come to find out, their songs are more bangers than mine. And my ideas, and some are more than some bang more.
Give and take.
Yeah, it's like you can't. If I knew the answer, I would be fucking huge, bro. But I don't. All I do know is that. It's all development. There's no like I said. There's no like the feud. You know what I mean? It's just like it's dialogue.
So how about this? Back to the first question, bro. Upcoming young artists are watching this podcast right now. Man, how do they fuck with you? Dog?
They gotta bring quality, bro. They gotta know.
Does the numbers up? Do the numbers gotta be a factor? Like on Instagram or something?
Bro. I've worked with people right now that I've talked to that had 0 following that now have 500,000.
Yeah.
Who has gotten into bigger situations without me, and it's because I saw that their work ethic, their direction was on point.
So they started with you and they ended up somewhere else.
Not started with me. We had conversations.
Yeah, and you've seen them grow.
Yeah, and then they
Ugh.
go. And
Why do you let those slide through your hands,
it
bro?
happens, bro. I can't do everything, man.
I got you.
Like there's so much opportunity. When you see and you have the power to see that something's gonna pop before it pops, you have abundance amount of opportunities. There's a billion people that you can work with.
They're gonna holler at you.
They're not even hollering at me. I do what the hollering.
No, but I mean just like on an artist perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're thinking as an artist, it's like so they see it, you see it, you know what I mean? And sometimes you're talking to them, you're like, oh, they already see it. They're, you know what I mean?
And most of them most of them don't see it because they're themselves.
Right.
But I know quality of an artist when I see one.
Yeah.
Just as much as you will know quality of a girl when you see one.
Oh yeah.
This girl, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I focus on that, and you can tell from a mile away that they're gonna take off.
So when you see an artist like that, and you inside, do you get excited about it? And if you get excited about it, do you show the excitement, or do you kind of keep that? I mean,
I push everybody, bro. Like I don't want nobody to work with me who don't want to work.
Exactly.
Like I tell them, you're gonna blow up. You know, like you got everything on point. You know what I can do. If we're gonna do it, let's do it. If not, It's all good. Like I'll even help you, but I just can't put my money behind it and all that because at that point it becomes an investment.
And I need a return on that investment.
Exactly. So I'm not, I love this generation. They're entrepreneurs, man, and I love that.
I mean, it's just it's a different era. Well, then on that note, then how do you feel about Empire?
The distribution?
The distribution, bro, because you're talking about these dudes being entrepreneurs. We thought it's an independent game. They're all doing it themselves. You know what I mean? They have fucking social media. They have all the advertisement at their motherfucking fingertips. Back in the day when you started, homie, it's a whole different ball game, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, they're in a position that they can do this. You know what I mean? But I mean, does that step on your toes a little bit?
Nah, bro, because I have other interests to do.
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe that's the wrong question, big dog. It will probably make it easier.
So does entrepreneurs, because they're so entrepreneurs, step on my toes? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, in a way that they just kind of they want to. I mean,
like they don't need.
If you have an artist, bro, and he's and everything, then he's you don't even got to worry about him. Like, hey, bro, all right, let me know when you got that project done, homie, and we'll turn it in and whoop we'll get it fucking distribution. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's everything different, bro. Everybody has different situations.
Yeah. And
there's always different opportunities that, I mean, they might change their mind and not want to work with me no more. It doesn't matter. There's too much opportunity out there. I got too much happening to focus on just one thing, which is why I haven't had no new artists.
Yeah. So that's the reason why. So I was going to get to that, dog.
Well, I've been extremely busy on building the back end work for the company. I've been extremely busy on running it, on the daily operations, and that's what I've been doing. But in regards to working with new artists, there hasn't been that many new artists that I've been like, man. And there has been some that I would love to work with, but they got their thing going. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with that. Like I give them the props.
Well, who's under Urban Kings right now? Who do you have right now?
Well, right now I'm pushing Crazy, and then since Chino got out, I'm helping Chino out.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Is Psycho Realms music distributed to you?
I was distributing like Book 1, Book 2, Straight Bullet, Street Platoon, and now they also got their own distribution, and I already like let go of their masters or whatever the thing is. Yeah, but I work with them really close, and Jack's a mentor, man. Jack's a really dope guy, and we still work really close with the gear because I have the Cycle Shop, the cycleshop.com, and I just do what I do, and he recognized. Remember I told you about you just see people with qualities that you can go far.
Yeah. And
he sees what I do, and we just work really good.
That's tight, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, he respects your work ethic. He sees who you are, and that's what's dope about you, dog. And I mean, I was thinking about it when you're talking about it in the beginning of this conversation, dog. You're talking about, you were so hungry on learning, the business, and so you weren't worried about being in the limelight, bro. You know what I mean? Like everybody wants to be under the spotlight, bro. You know what I mean? And then there's a very few dudes, especially Hispanics. I'm not gonna say especially Hispanics, bro, but it just seems like I know more rap artists than I know dudes like you. I mean, put it that way, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you're the golden goose, homie. You know what I mean? You're the dude that says, hey, you know what? You fools go ahead and motherfucking get your little lineups, homie, clean your shoes, homie, and I'm gonna go here and do this dirty work for you motherfuckers, dog. You know what I mean? You know? That's you.
I was in the limelight a lot, you know, not on purpose, but because there was no outlet to talk about, like there was no MTV. So if you go to YouTube right now and you type in the artist's name, I'm gonna pop up talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, hey, we got the new album coming out, and we're doing this. So I was in the limelight, but it wasn't like a Cali type of thing, or a PD type of thing. I was in the limelight just because there was no other avenue to announce the releases. So I had to take it upon myself to do that. Because if not me, then who?
I mean, who's the best person to promote yourself than yourself?
Yeah, exactly. Or promote what I'm doing. So
hey, no, I always see you, bro. You're always doing your Instagram videos, dog. I always see you, dog. You're always talking, but you know, I'm just, you know, there's got to be more of you than everybody else, big dog. And maybe, I mean, maybe the Chicano rap game, the industry, maybe it gets stronger, bro. You know what I mean? You know, maybe it gets stronger instead of. I mean, I feel like it's not strong enough, dog. Because when you turn on the motherfucking radio and shit, dog, the closest thing you're gonna get to fucking Chicano music, big dog, is that new song by fucking YG Loco, dog. and they got like a Cuban dude spitting on that shit, dog.
I know.
What I mean? Like, what the fuck is that, dog?
Yeah, I know. I seen that. I think YG's a smart dude, and he did his research and development for that song. But whoever the Cuban dude is rapping. That caught me off guard too. I mean, you could have put anybody else in the game on that.
I mean, bro, if he would have grabbed somebody from LA, dog,
they
didn't have to be the best rapper, homie, but they had to be known. I mean, I'm not gonna name any particular individual, but we know who the rappers are, the home rappers. You know what I mean?
That was an opportunity lost, but it's not to discredit YG or say that he's trying to take advantage. I feel that he's bringing on. You know how you say why Chicano rap don't get bigger? YG is giving us an opportunity, even though he didn't put somebody on that exact song that he messed up on, or whoever developed the song didn't do a great decision on that. He's still spreading the Los Angeles Hispanic movement, and he's an influencer. So when somebody from Europe, East Coast, Miami, anybody out of the country is watching that, they're like, that's the Los Angeles movement. And so I don't think, you know, I don't see it in a bad way, but yeah, he did mess up by not politically putting the right Los Angeles rapper on me. There's so many dope rappers in LA too.
See, my boy, next time, big dog, I got something like this bubbling in my head, homie. I'm gonna shoot you a text, homie, and I'm gonna call you, dog. Even though people don't like to be called no more, dog. You call motherfucking act weird about this shit, like, bro, what are you doing calling me? I'm eating the hot pocket. But hey, that's dope, dog. I love your perspective on that, your view on that, dog. And you know what I mean? That's dope, dog, because you just opened my mind, dog, to like, you know what? You're absolutely right, dog. Like everybody else outside of LA, they think that's an LA dude. Probably. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about the visuals.
No.
Like it's straight up Los Angeles culture.
Yeah.
He's rocking a Mexican flag.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, big time.
He's putting in his work, his diligence on representing Los Angeles. Yeah, he messed up on the feature, but nevertheless, he put it out there where obviously me and you get influenced by watching TV.
Yeah.
So does the world.
Even though me and you don't. We're fucking YouTube.
Yeah. Movies.
We're YouTube nerds.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. No, I'm just fucking with everybody. Hey, that's a little conversation we had before. We both love motherfucking YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube is shit.
Yeah, but you know what, bro? At the end of the day, you know what? I just picked up my phone right now for one reason, and I want to know the ratio, big dog, between Mexicans, let's say Hispanics, and the brothers in LA, bro. I wonder what the ratio is, bro.
Well, it's Hispanic in the rule.
Yeah, do you think it's like a 60-40?
I do not know.
You don't know? I don't know either.
I don't like guessing, but you can check it if you want.
Let me look that shit up. What should I put? Ratio. Let's see. Just got quiet. Not good in the podcast. Not good in the. Hey, I usually don't. See, one day, dog, I'm gonna have somebody like Joe Rogan does, dog. And
hey, check the stats on that.
Yeah, bro.
Check the stats on that.
No, 100%. You know what I mean?
You didn't get it?
And it's probably gonna be some fucking
it's
badass looking broad right there, dog. With some double D's, homie.
Call me on that one.
Yeah, dog.
It's gonna be a big difference, bro. It's gonna be more Hispanics. That's been proven over and over when it comes down to consuming and customers and
demographics.
Yeah, and the demographics. Analytical in the West Coast, Los Angeles areas.
I'm getting some funky numbers. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Hey, somebody out there right now, whoever's on the listening to the podcast, get us the demographics between Hispanics and the brothers in LA. Let's get a percentage. Let's see what that sounds like. Appreciate you guys. Let me see real quick. Let me check out the chat real quick. See what we got. Jokes, I see you, baby boy. That's what's up, dog. Omar De La Cruz, what up, homie? He's saying Jimmy. Steve Robles, started working with Jimmy at the Swapmeet back in the day when I was 12 as well. Keep grinding, Jimmy. Yeah. That's what's up, bro. Sure. Yeah. Hey, shout out to everybody on the chat right now. We appreciate you guys, man. You know what I mean? Have any questions, feel free to ask the questions, you know what I mean? And we'll see if we can get an answer out of Jimmy for you guys, you know? But hey, so what's the so you're working with a couple artists, bro. Like what's your money maker, bro? Is it the clothing? Everything. My money maker is my mind. Yeah. You know, I mean, you're the money maker. I get it. I mean, it's like everything goes hand in hand, bro. Like, you know, it's all in making the right decisions on certain things. On some things you can make a little bit of money, but if you make it consistently, then it comes out to be a lot of money. Yeah. So, you know, and some things, you know, everything's a money maker, bro. Everything comes hand in hand. Everything washes the other hand, and then everything just works so perfectly, you know. So I can't really break down what's the money maker. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, bro, you've been in this game so long, bro. You know what I mean? Fuck, dog. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, you're doing something right, dog. I mean, how many dudes come in and out of the game? How many dudes have you seen, big dog, come in and out of the game? And here you are still standing. Here you are, motherfucking Hood Stocks podcast, homie, spitting your motherfucking game, talking your shit, dog. You know what I mean? Like, damn, bro. Man, a lot of people come and go, man. But like I said, I really don't pay attention to the one, you know, who comes and go. I just pay attention to who I can work with that brings that quality of the brand recognition or brand, you know, quality. You know, that's really what I'm focused on. Is everything I do needs to have a bigger 5-year return of investment. That's how I see it. If in 5 years it's not going to make me bigger, then I'm not really excited to work with it. If it's going to keep me where I'm at, then I'm not really excited to work with it either. It needs to be long-term for me because everything's development. Nothing is overnight. Just as your YouTube, in 5 years, if you keep it going, it's going to be bigger than what it is today. 100%. But if you're focused on just, is it big today, then you're just not going to ever make it. So that's why you got to be smart enough to know what it is that you're doing, and is it going to bring, like, what's the ratio of how big is it going to be in 5 years? Is it a right decision or a smart or a dumb decision? And that's how I focus my decisions. Not really emotional, more rational. So that would be the advice you give me then. If I asked you for it, say, hey Jimmy, I mean, if you can give me a little advice, you see what I'm doing right here, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just on a business standpoint. Yeah. You know what I mean? What's the first thing that pops up in your head? I fuck so much, man. Well, first of all, keep doing it. Yeah. I think you have to evaluate within yourself if this is something that you want to do in 5 years, and let's just say it blows up. Do you have enough content to interview people? Yeah. No. Because our market's so small, and when you focus on being one niche market, and you don't hit the final person, what's next? Yeah. And that's what you need to think about. And that's why, you know, some companies, you know, don't do certain things and don't work with certain people because, you know, there needs to be longevity there. Yeah, for sure. And that's how I'm doing it. Like, just right now, man, I mean, we had talked earlier about the Chicano rap stuff, and you had told me why, you know, because I don't like saying the Chicano rap. I think that's something that hurts us. And a lot of people might not be happy to hear that, but here's my philosophy, because I went to the top. I had meetings with, when Universal, when you couldn't be shit without Universal. You couldn't be shit without Sony. So I went to those ladders. And then when you up there and you give it that name, they're Universal.
universal.
Yeah.
Not LA.
Not Chicano rap.
Yeah, they're universal. Not even Chicano rap. They're they're in the universe.
Yes.
And if you have a niche market in LA, remember I was talking about long term?
Yeah.
And the long term, it doesn't make sense. Now, how can we blow up Chicanos rapping? That's a whole different topic now.
Should we start off by not labeling it Chicano rap?
Not necessarily. You could label it, but you can't give these.
Do you feel like Chicano rap has a bad rap?
No, I feel like what is that word, man? Like it's expected if you're a Chicano rapping to be called Chicano. It's an expectancy for you to represent, for you to make sure the world knows
that we are Chicano.
Yeah,
rap.
But if you really pay attention to somebody like Drake or these other artists, they don't walk around saying Toronto from the gate. They represent it, but they represent it when you're in your city. That's when they represent it.
Yeah,
they don't make sure, they don't make you want to say it, like you know where they're from and you respect them where they're from, but you love their music. So you gotta focus on your talent. And then when you have the chance to represent, then you represent, but you don't have to throw it in people's face. But the second some people get the opportunity to do big things, then our how would you call it? Our surroundings, our environment says right away, you better represent, because if you don't represent, then you ain't representing us. When in fact, if you let him do what he does, and he becomes a multi-million-dollar, like a Drake, he will be representing it everywhere he goes, and then that's when brand, that's when what you want to represent, you'll be proud, bro. Like so it's tricky, man. It's a tricky conversation, but I've been involved in it, so I know how it is to go to a meeting when you're dealing with corporate America and you tell them I have a Chicano rapper. You're right away putting yourself in a box.
Yeah. And
you're talking about you want to get $3 million.
And as soon as Chicano rapper comes out your mouth, $3 million is not even.
Yeah, but if you were to have a dope, talented artist and you say, I got a rapper, or this boy's gonna do it, they're not gonna really care what race he is. And then as the artist grows and becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, of course you can represent where you're from. Of course you can, but if you tell them to do it right away, then they'll blow up. But it does become
a niche.
A niche, bro. It's a niche, but there's a lot of people doing it right now that are getting out there. That, in my opinion, are badass. There's a lot of dope artists in Los Angeles that I follow, and I'm proud, bro. I'm really proud of where the music is going. But it's also there's not 1,000 of them. There's a handful of them.
I mean, do you realize, bro? Do you realize that you're a staple in this community, my boy? You know that, right?
I don't know, bro. I really don't like to focus on what I've done. I like to focus on what I'm doing, what I'm gonna do. A lot of people do see me like that, and they always how do they say that? They always talk to me like, "Hey, bro," like, and I love it, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, but you worked hard for it.
Yeah, I worked really hard for it, but that's not going to be my. I
mean, that doesn't pay your bills.
No. It's not that it doesn't pay my bills. It's just I want to leave. I want to leave that legacy and many more.
Yeah, for sure.
I got it's not even high expectations, bro. It's just I just don't care about titles,
I mean, well, the reason why I say that, Big Dog, is because I believe, Big Dog, when that Chicano rapper, you know what I mean?
Definitely, bro.
Gets to that level, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be because of you, bro. I mean, possibly. It can possibly real easily be because of you, bro.
Yeah, I believe in it, bro. I wouldn't be helping people from 10, 12 years ago if I didn't believe in it. I believe in it. I believe in the artists who I work with. I put my whole into it. I studied and that was my that was my investment, man. Like I really, really, really felt inside that, man, I have an opportunity to represent this market like nobody else has done in a quality music, not just imagery.
And that's 100% what I mean, my boy.
Yeah.
Like you, bro. Like why? So why aren't you signing new artists?
Well, I'm real busy now with other stuff.
So it sounds like to me, and I was gonna say this earlier, bro. It sounds like there's not enough Jimmys. You know what I mean? Like why? So why do you not? I mean, I don't know if you do or you don't. You know what I mean? But do you have anyone handling that side of the business?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I have a team, bro.
Yeah.
I have a team of employees.
Okay.
And everybody in my team is talented as hell, and they're all doing what their position is and what they love to do. But we're very, 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 very busy, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, like, just what you got going on right now. You guys are busy already. So
we're busy, bro. And I am helping a lot of artists. I do help them a lot, and I am involved. And it's just not like, it's just me, myself as a person also needs to grow.
How do you being the fact that it seems like you could be potentially caught in the middle, big dog? How do you bridge Chicano rap and underground music, in other words, psycho realm?
Yeah.
How do you bridge that, bro? Because that bridge, bro, is a tough bridge, homie.
Okay, you don't. You just let it be.
You let it be because there's sides, right? There's two sides. Like you got the underground rappers that are like, bro, come on, get that shit off my tape deck, homie. And then you might have the other side being like, nah, yeah, homie, that's Beatman, but nah, put this on. You know what I mean? You know, like
I mean, everybody has their title to do what they love to do, and you just let them be.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
You know, and if they like the underground hip hop, and you're there for that, and they like this, and you're there for that, and it's just you're just not really don't really care. Like,
hey, dog, am I trying to create a war right here? No,
yeah, I just don't really box it in as in it is what it is. No, it's music, and of course, psychorom is different from from Chicano rap, and some people it's not. When you go to Mexico, they might call that Chicano rap. Chicano rap in Mexico might be totally different.
How many times have you been in a car with Sick Jackin and he's had some Chicano rap playing in his car?
Well, I usually never go in this car, but we hang out a lot. But I mean, he listens to oldies. That's what he likes listening to.
How many times have you been with Chino Grande, big dog, and he's had like some underground shit playing? Like, what does he listen to, bro?
I don't even know, man. I mean, most of the time when we connect and we talk,
a lot
of it is just conversation and talking about the next move. It's we don't really go out and drink and nothing.
What about Miss Crazy? Miss Crazy, what is she? She's under your label, right? Yeah,
same thing, bro. We mostly talk about building. We don't talk about like. I don't know.
I've never met her before, bro, and she's a beautiful girl, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Very talented.
And I mean that with all due respect, dog. You know what I mean? What kind of person is she? Is she easy to work with? She's nice. She's sweet.
Super easy. She's super smart. She knows what she wants, so she chases it. Yeah. That's what I love about her.
Yeah.
Like that was her thing from the gate. Like she knew what she wanted and she just always nailed it. She's so easy to work with, man. And she's very talented, bro. What's
the dude from back in the day, dog? He's Armenian, homie. I'm not sure if he's Armenian or not. Come on, famous Chicano rapper, big dog. I mean, popular. He was on
Armenian? Richard?
Who? Nah. What's that?
I don't think I had an Armenian.
No, let me rephrase that, big dog, because I don't want that to start any static, dog, and offend anybody, dog. I mean, I never want to offend anybody on this platform, dog. This is a mutual platform, dog. I mean, but the homie, dog, he was doing Chicano rap in the beginning, dog.
I had Richard Cabral.
Midget. Not Midget, dog. I don't know if you had him or not. What's that, Mr. Capone?
Oh, okay, yeah, Capone. Yeah, of course we know Capone. Yeah.
Did you have him?
No. He's his own. He's his own label. He's his own.
Okay. For some reason, I thought he came through your kind of like horse stable, if you want to call it.
No. He did his own thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That dude's still doing this thing too.
Yeah, he's still doing his thing, man.
Yeah. I mean, that dude's been doing it for a while. I mean, he's probably one of the most successful dudes in Chicano rap.
He's doing very well, man. I don't know as far as like rating, success value, and all that, but he's a smart guy, man. He does what he does, and he's very consistent, and he also knows what he wants and he chases it. That's what, like I said, that's the formula in anything, So
Hey, well, shout out to Capone, bro. I'm sorry for getting my information. Yeah,
Mr. Capone.
Yeah, Mr. Capone.
Yeah.
Sorry for getting my information fucked up and shit. Keep on doing your thing, player. I see you shining. But hey, so how about this, Dom? How about this, bro? You know what I mean? So you get a dude that's talented, right? And Urban Kings has the connections. They have the power to put this dude in the best position that he can be in. Yeah. Can you get the? You have connections with the radio stations. Like, how does that work, bro?
Well, there's certain things that we can do as far as, I mean, everything's a theory, right? Nothing is really set in stone. I can get an artist and think I'm gonna blow him up and not blow him up, and then get another artist I think is not gonna blow up and he blows up. So it's all theory, bro. It's all like sit down and come up with strategies, come up with marketing. Who could we hook him up with? Who is a better feature for him? How does he need to dress? What kind of music does he need to do? Just shit like that, bro. Like every single artist is different, so you gotta sit down and develop them, bro. Just like a plan, strategy, strategize. You know, how much you're gonna spend on video, what type of video. You know, you don't want to like do a $10,000 video when he's not there yet. You know, you don't want to do a $100 video neither. So everything's strategy, bro. You gotta sit down. You gotta look at what his goals are, what my goals are. Where are we gonna go with the music? Where does he fit in the market? What's his image? Where does he come from? Like all of that stuff comes into play when you're gonna work on a project, and that's with any project. That's not just with an artist. You know, all of that stuff is very important.
What advice would you give to the 38-year-old homie, still rapping?
Yeah,
he's got 500 followers on Instagram. What advice would you give to him?
Fuck, keep doing it, man. Like if that's what he really wants, if that's really is what makes you happy, do it.
Okay.
You know, keep doing it and
keep the dream alive.
Of course, man. If that's really what makes him happy.
Yeah.
You know, but if he's doing it because he wants to become rich, and I mean, we all want to be rich.
Yeah.
But you need to have a real it factor behind it. What's your why? Why do you want to do it? And when you find out what your why is, then your whole perspective of why you're doing it and how you're gonna do it is gonna change. You know, so you start getting real with yourself. You start figuring out what real decisions you gotta make. Like, should you leave it? Should you not? I made lots of those decisions in my life, and I've also didn't. There's stuff that I invested on that I'm still investing on that I should let go. There's stuff that I let go. That's a real businessman. Like, I really respect.
To let go.
Of course.
Yeah.
You gotta let go. I mean, and that's why
sometimes that hurts.
That's why the Urban Key stuff is like, you know, when you ask me what's your new artist, it's not that I'm not looking for new artists. It's just that I need to grow as a company too. Like I need to follow into what's coming, what ventures is in the table now. Know what's making me money, and you need to focus on that. Now, if I find an artist that is gonna bring me the why on, and he comes in and now he's the reason, well then you'll see me doing it again. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's really, you just gotta be real with yourself. You know.
So I get it, and I like it too, dog. I mean, so
appreciate that.
Yeah, no. So at the moment, it's what's moving you. It's what's inspiring you.
100, bro.
Yeah, like check it out. Like, hey, a month ago we were doing this, but right now we're doing this.
Well, not a month. It takes years.
I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean,
it wouldn't be a month. It would be years. It would be years.
No, I mean, in regards to like, say one day you're working with an artist, bro. You know what I mean? You know, and the next thing you know, we're focusing our attention over here right now. You know what I mean? Like you see what the numbers are doing or what is inspiring you at the time, and whatever it is where you're going to put your attention at. Is that what I'm saying?
Not just me. It's my team. So
for sure,
if I have an artist and I have my clothing, I'm gonna have my shop, and then I have other things. We just align my whole team to knock everything down. We don't slow down on the artist because we found a new.
Gotcha.
We knock everything down.
Yeah.
We make sure everything's has attention, and because that's what we do. We are essentially a digital marketing company that's producing and manufacturing our own products. So we gotta focus on everything, not just on what's on the table, you know, not just on, oh, this is popping now, let's just forget everything else. Now, we got to 100% still work on every single thing to bring up the quality of that brand and, you know, and continuously put it in a better position. what's the next move? Where's the market going? That's my job. That's everybody's job.
I mean, you're the boss.
Yeah, well,
you got to direct the traffic, right?
Yeah, well, everybody in general, also the employees. If
Yeah.
the employees ain't having the same idea or theory or ideology of how they should do their job,
initiative,
then they're not part of my team. You know, like you eventually they go and you get new people, but it's a hard, man. It's a hard thing to do, and not everybody's doing it for that reason. But that's my job, is to figure it out and to help everybody else figure it out. And my team, especially my team, a lot of people has been with me and they learn and they went on themselves and they build their stuff. And that's what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to inspire and teach. I'm not supposed to engage them and just do me, you know? Like, I'm going to teach the best I can to get the best return. And in order for me to do that, I need to teach my team. And I've been trying, and also
how did so you have leadership skills, bro? You know what I mean? Who taught you these skills? Did you have I mean, I'm not trying to get too personal, bro, but like, did you have a strong mother? Did you have a strong father that just like taught you some things, dog?
You know, like, you know, I'm a single, my mom's single family, no dad. We stood in a house that each room was a family. Each other room was 4 to 6 people sleeping on there. So, nah, bro, like, my sister brought me up, you know, and my mom was working 24/7. My sister was the one who was in charge of taking care of me and making sure I was in school. So I was just always, you know, I don't know, man. Like, one day my sister told me, you know, I grew up in Bell Gardens, and Bell Gardens had a lot of different neighborhoods, you know. And one day my sister told me, when you go home, they're all going to be cool with you. And they're all going to offer you shit. Trust me, I already know. But you got to be smart. And you got to realize that before it happens. So it's exactly what it did. Like, one day, you know, kicking it, they became my friend. And then one day it's like, oh, we could, you know, go in the car, we could smoke. And that triggered in my head, like, oh, shit. What's happening right now is what she told me.
Just give me a heads up. Yeah.
So I gotta be smart with this, you know. So
what am I gonna do?
I'm always doing that with everything, you know. Like, I'm always being very careful what I'm influenced by, who's around me. I chill with everybody, but I'm very careful on what's influencing my mind, because my mind makes all the decisions from the morning to the night, to when I get ready, to when I go to work, to what I'm going to wear, to what I'm going to do, to who I'm going to talk to what my decision of what I'm going to eat. It's a very powerful CPU right here. It's like a computer. And I have to consistently upgrade as times comes, because new things happen. I have to consistently be smart and reading podcasts. And I hate reading, but I love listening. I love being inspired by other people's stories. So I'm always consistently studying, listening. I got people who hate me, and I still follow them because I want to learn what, you know, like, what's the problem here? Is it them? Is it me? I mean, not really. I don't really have people that hate me, but some people who can be a little bit like, you know, gangsterish, you know, a little bit not fair. But I follow everybody because I want to learn from the worst to the best. And I just want to be open. I just want to fucking, you know, get it all in, you know? I like that.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Hey, I love that shit, my boy.
Yeah.
You know what? Man, everything you were saying, dog, right now, I mean, I love it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, check it out, dog. You're a businessman, my boy.
I appreciate
you know
that.
What I mean? And no, what I'm saying, bro, is, I mean, you know, everyone knows you're a businessman, but a part of being a successful businessman, bro, is along the way, some people are going to get their feelings hurt. You know what I mean? Some people aren't going to like the business.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal, brother. You know what I mean? Maybe this business isn't just for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Spencer, but I got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, like, bro, like, you know what, dog? I get it, dog. I get it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day of being a businessman, bro, like, we trying to do good business for ourselves. You know what I mean? You know, but I like the way you say, homie, about, you know what I mean? You know, you're gonna learn from this person, you're gonna learn from the bad, you're gonna learn from the good. You know what I mean? You know, and I always have myself under a microscope, dog.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So I got about 12 and change years in the pen, dog. You know what I mean? you know, I've been to the loops, dog. I came out in a Life on the Beat '95. It used to be like Cops. It's called Life on the Beat.
Okay.
LAPD. Dog. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, homie, I've been through some. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. If I had a highlight reel, that would be part of my highlight reel.
Got it. Yeah.
Get it? You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Been through some shit, dog. And man, I've always just like, man, I need to make myself better. When I was sitting in the pen, I always felt like I was better, dog. You know what I mean? You know, oh, this dude's arrogant, or this dude thinks he's all that. Like, nah, dog. I just don't. I feel like I'm better. I don't need to be here, dog. You know what I mean? You know, this conversation sucks, dog. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of these motherfuckers telling me when I to shit and when to motherfucking eat, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're a boss. Can you imagine, dog? Being in the spot, you're a boss, homie. You running the show. Can you imagine, homie? You in such a vulnerable situation, dog, that someone's telling you what the fuck to do and how to fucking do it, dog. Would that drive you crazy, dog? A person with you said CPU in your head, dog. You got a couple terabytes up in there, dog. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that would fucking short circuit your shit. You'd be like, zzz, 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 zzz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd lose your head over that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything's perspective, bro. Like, some people who I know who's been locked up are the smartest dudes I've met. What they got locked up for was running enterprises. They were just illegal. And if all it is utilizing the same ambition, we all have dopamine in our mind. We have a little thing called dopamine. It releases as we do things.
I know about that.
And you know, obviously, when you're doing stuff that comes with easy money, it's being released because you're getting back the return of investment and you're making some money. But if they were to really, really, really apply the knowledge that they gathered while they were doing that, they're some very intelligent, smart motherfuckers. And those are the people that have it, bro. They just applied it to the wrong thing. And there's never no time to, it's always time to, you know, apply it to the right thing. So, you know, that's my philosophy, bro. Like, I messed up. I've done lots of dumb stuff. I've the English. I've done lots of stuff where I lost money, man. I've lost a lot of money. Yeah. But you know, it's part of the process. You know, you can't. Really,
I mean, it's part of business, right?
Well, and I also have like a slogan, you know, and it's, you know, the broken ones are the strongest ones. The ones who've been through the most are the ones who can go the farthest, because they can outlast anybody because they've been broken down, kicked, and spit on, and you know, and they can outlast anybody. And that's how I look at it.
Woo!
Yeah.
I mean, anytime, bro, that statement right there, dog, is a powerful statement, dog.
Yeah.
And I relate with that statement like 100%, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just when you're talking that right now, it hit my heart, dog. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I was just like,
Appreciate
damn,
that.
bro, like that's some real shit, dog. So so when you're talking, dog, I said, damn, homie, these words coming out this individual's mouth, dog, is one of me, dog. You know what I mean? Because not everybody can express what you just expressed right now without going through that shit. Somebody that ain't been through that shit, they can't express that shit so passionately the way you did, dog. You know what I mean? And that resonates with me big time, dog, because, I mean, we will outlast, bro. Like, you've outlasted, dog. I've outlasted, dog. I mean, you know, fucking my history, dog, is fucking horrible, bro. What it's saying about me, dog, but the people that know me, they know what it is, dog. My history is horrible, bro. And I've gotten so much love, dog. And you know what? Check it out, dog. Me doing this podcast is me just like, it's letting people know the new me, dog. You know what I mean? Like,
that's good.
I've always been me. I've always been, you know what I mean, a little different, dog. You know what I mean? You know, just, you know, me. We're all individuals, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all different, bro. I mean, everybody can say that. You know what I mean? But this is me, you know, letting people get in the mind of the new me, dog, and then at the same time putting powerful people like yourself on this platform, bro, and us being able to have this conversation, dog, and this shit gets fucking inserted into the universe forever, bro. Like, we will always have this conversation right here, dog. If this is the last conversation we have, my boy, you know what I mean? We will always have this conversation. And you know what, dog? This is what I love right here, dog. I love having this conversation, dog. You know what I mean? Because without this podcast, dog, I would have never had this conversation with you,
100, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And that's what it's about, man. You know how you said that you were locked up and you were going crazy, but at the end of the day, you survived.
Yeah. But just like you were saying.
And look at you, like podcasts, laughing, drinking, like
enjoying life.
That. Yeah, bro. And that's what it's about, bro. It's like you have to have perspective, and not everything's gonna be, happy and fun, bro. There's gonna be a lot of failures, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff. But in your mind, you gotta know how to defeat that. Like a lot of people worry about stuff. Like they worry about, certain situations, but that's a mechanism in your head that's helping you, trying to stop you from going into a certain situation that has never been to. But nothing's wrong with worrying. Doesn't mean you got to stop. You just got to understand that you're worrying because your brain hasn't been there and evaluate it. Is it really tripping, or is it just that you've never actually been in a situation and you want to proceed with it? And you got to make a decision of, nah, bro, thank you very much for looking out for me, but we're going to go do this shit. And then your mind flips now. It's like, oh, shit, all right, let's do this. But look, we got to make sure we do this. We got to make sure we do that. And you got to buy a right mixer. And you got to buy the head. And all of a sudden, you walk in.
Oh, shit.
That's perspective, bro.
Right now, dog, you're telling me the way your brain works, homie. And that's the way my brain works, homie. My brain is a pain in the ass on me, homie.
Yeah.
So
that's a good pain, though. Could you imagine if your brain never worried? Could you imagine if you'd be right now homeless, just chilling, like not worrying, bro? Like life is good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Our brain is worrying, and that's a good problem. It's a good problem because it's trying to protect you, and that just means you're a smart dude. You just gotta apply it, and don't let your brain stop you from doing certain things. Now, obviously, you gotta be careful what you do, because you do something dumb and you probably get yourself back in trouble, and now you're back in. But you gotta be smart, bro. You gotta play it. You gotta be careful what influences you. At the end of the day, somebody influences you to do a podcast, and they're probably doing good, right or wrong.
100%.
But if somebody else influenced you to do something great, and it's a little bit not on the up and up, then you gotta evaluate, do I want to do that? And it's hard to leave a good situation when you're making money. That's why most people go to jail, because it's hard to stop from doing something that's working. So you gotta do right from the beginning and be smart with it. That way, when you actually start getting going, if it's on the up and up, you're never gonna get fucked with.
You know what? I started a podcast, Big Dog, because I started listening to podcasts, and they intrigued me. So, man, bro, I stopped listening to music, dog.
Yeah.
And I would listen to dudes. So I'm an electrician, bro. That's my trade, bro. You know what I mean? And so when I go to work, dog, I put my beat headphones on, bro. You know what I mean? And I work, dog, and I hear dudes talk all day long. And I started realizing that, damn, dog, this is what I'm missing in life, dog, is, meaningful conversations. And no disrespect to anybody that I associate with, dog, you know what I mean? But sometimes, I like to hear people that are 10 times smarter than me, dog. You know what I mean? If I'm talking in a room all the time when I'm the smartest person, dog, then I'm never gonna grow. So I noticed listening to these podcasts, bro, I was retaining a lot of information, dog.
So dope, right?
The trading of information, dog, is just so fucking badass, dog. And I was like, man, that's something that I would love to fucking do, dog.
It's
exciting,
you know what I mean?
Man. And bro, like, I don't have the best vocabulary. I'm not the sharpest tool in the fucking shed, dog. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I have the confidence, dog, that I can get better. And like you were talking about content, running out of content. As long as you're always learning and you're always open to learn new things, whatever the fuck it might be, bro, you will never run out of content because there is so much information in this world, dog.
You have so much creativity,
crazy.
So much creativity in your mind because you've been indulging in different stuff. You've been actually going through the motion of learning how to be a better podcaster. So now when you're going to the end, there's never going to be no end because you got it every day, 24/7. You studying, you learning it, and that's what it's about. It's. I mean, when it's so cliche to say never give up.
Yeah.
But it's so on point. Like you really can't break it. You can't do it no other way, man. Hard work always pays off. There is no shortcuts. There's like a meme or that says sorry, you gotta take the long way. There is no stairways to get there. Like you gotta just be about it 100%, and you ain't gotta be smart. I'm telling you, I was a class clown, all D's. I got kicked out of Ball Gardens, went to Linwood, went back, got kicked out of Linwood, went back to Ball Gardens. I wasn't, I don't want to say idiot, bro, but I'm telling you right now.
You're a fucking knucklehead, dog.
I'm telling you right now that if I actually studied and got some education, I would be way more higher than where I am now. But because I didn't, I'm still doing good.
Why don't you just? I mean, like, bro, like on that note, then why don't you take business classes? Why don't you do something like that? You know what I mean?
I tried. I just can't focus.
You don't have the time in the day.
No. I did, but I just don't have it in me, bro. Like.
That's not your way you learn.
Yeah, like I have no insecurities. I have no problem with saying that I'm not. You know, like I don't like to read. My focus is not there. I can't really sit down and read a whole book. I'm on the fucking 20th sentence, and I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm trying to.
Your brain
it's so.
Are you impulsive?
I don't know.
I need this right now.
I don't know if I'm impulsive.
Like I'm impulsive, bro.
Yeah.
I need this shit right now. Oh, fuck it. I know I can get that shit tomorrow. I can get it this week. I'm gonna get that shit right now.
That's a definition, then yeah, I'm impulsive. I want to get shit done.
Like right now.
Yeah, like I don't want to wait the next day.
So it's funny, dog, because me and you have, you know what I mean? Like, hey, bro, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not a bad thing to compare myself to you in regards to the way of fucking thinking and shit, dog. Like, my shit does not stop, dog. Yeah. It drives my girl crazy sometimes, dog. Sometimes my girl is like, fucking, like, dude, like, fucking chill. I'm like, no. This is what we're gonna do. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I got this shit. Like, so on that note, you said if I didn't go to school. I mean, if I would have went to school, you know what I mean, I would have been on another level or whoop-de-whoop-whoop, dog, you know what I mean? If I would have not got involved with gangs and all this stupid shit at such a young age, and I say I went to school as well, dog, you know what I mean? Who knows, maybe we could have been sitting in the same class together or something, bro, you know what I mean?
Remember I had said that there's never no wrong. There's level to success. You know what I mean? Like, you can be up here and be successful, or you can be right here and be successful. Regardless, you're going to get somewhere. You just have to have that ambition to do it. So
ambition.
Yeah. So I didn't have the education, and I didn't grow up with the most smartest situation.
But you grew up with a badass sister. Huh?
But I just fucking couldn't let opportunity go, man. Like, you know, growing up, I saw my mom. She had two to three jobs. She sold. Went to the gas station, and then did side jobs, you know. So when she would come home and sew from 9 to 4 a.m. to make the money, I would sleep next to her. So like seeing her putting that much work just gives me anxiety to not do the same.
Cool.
So I gotta
that's where you get your work.
I gotta get it done, bro. Like I just can't chill, bro. I just want to continuously. Build, man. And
hey, salute to mom, dog. 20 those hours, dog.
That's sure,
crazy, man. Dog.
That's why I have. I've been putting it out there, which is a Set for Life, XX crew, and all that is just having the right mentality. You don't have to be set for life. I mean, none of us. I'm not set for life, and there's somebody else so much way on point than me. I'm just like a little small thing in the bottom, but. I have the mentality. That's what I mean by set for life. Like as long as you have that direction and that passion, and you figure out your why, like you're gonna get there, man. You're gonna get there, and it's not too far. And it's just that perspective. It's just a state of mind. That's it,
bro. I love the state of mind. So the state of mind is you said if you have that mindset, don't matter where you're at in life. What obstacles, barricades you're going through, you will always be set for life because you have that mindset.
So it's that ethic, bro. That morale that you have.
I like that.
I get very little bit of people hating on me. I can't even count no haters that hate me. But I do see some people put some comments on my Instagram here and there. But it's like I don't even notice it. I don't even delete it either. Fuck it, it's cool. I feel bad for what they're going through. I kind of like have empathy for them. Like, damn, why would they put that?
I mean, I have a different background, dog. I have a background that so I used to like the negativity, dog. I walk into the room, dog, And when I walk into a room, dog, it would be a lot of times it wouldn't be the best vibe. I mean, you know, and it was that street mentality, on drugs, towing guns, gang, that all that shit, that LA street shit, homie. You know what I mean? Like you know, everybody got egos. Everybody wants to be the harder than the next man. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, dog. But I mean, I competed with that, dog.
Yeah.
I competed like it was a basketball game, dog. You know what I mean? Like it was, because I love basketball, dog. So that's why I use that analogy, dog. You know what I mean? But I competed, dog. You know what I mean? 'Cause we wanted to be the hardest motherfucker on the block, dog. This is 90s shit, right, dog? You know what I mean? But now, dog, I mean, I don't want that no more, bro. I'm a grown man now, dog. You know what I mean? I'm a grown man. I get mine. So you can't say nothing about me. Fuck you. You know what I mean? No motherfuckers can't say nothing about it. They're like, oh shit, that's what Luck's doing. That's what's up. You know what I mean? Whoop, damn, that's a new Lucky right there. You know what I mean? But now I want good energy, dog. I want good conversation.
Yeah, bro.
Dog.
That's,
you know what I mean? I want to walk into a room, dog, and instead of like I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit. I mean, that's Luck right there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's up, fool? Come get some of this Hennessy right here, dog. I mean, like,
that's dope, man.
I'm trying to change. Bro, I had myself under a microscope, dog. My mental wasn't right, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Had to fix the mental, dog. I mean, I do everything you do, dog. I fucking YouTube shit. You know what I mean? Trying to figure this shit out, bro. You know what I mean?
That's your job.
It's driving me crazy.
That's everybody's job, bro, is to figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it the fuck out. That's your job. That's my job. And as long as you understand that, and just like you said, you are the same person you were 15 years ago. The only thing that has changed is your perspective of where you're trying to go with it. And that is what it takes for everybody. Everybody got shit they want to do. They just need to change the perspective of where they're chasing versus, you know, like, for example, you said you would walk in, you know, back in the days, bro, being hard was the thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you know that.
That was a thing to do.
You know the 90s, homie?
Yeah. So as you start learning and you start applying that philosophy, but on a different perspective, maybe not be the hardest, but be the smartest. You know what I mean? I remember back in the days, it was dumb to say, "What up, dude?" Like, oh, okay, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
so now everyone says, dude.
Okay, bro.
Now everybody says, bro.
It's crazy, man. And it was our perspective, dog. It was our environment. We were suppressed, and it has not even to do with our environment. It's just the way everything was going. Like, you know, everybody now who's 18, 19 has people from the 90s as parents that were cool as fuck and driving and law riding, and you know what I mean?
I mean, I'm a daddy too now, bro.
You
I'm 42, dog.
So,
you know?
So everybody from the 90s have kids that, you know, when my mom's a straight Spanish, she don't know nothing about weed. She don't know fucking, you know, she, okay, mijo, just make sure you come back at night, you can do whatever you want. Like, bro, like, it's so different now, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, going back to, it's perspective, man. Times have changed, and what the kids are doing nowadays, man, it's like a blessing, bro. When I'm seeing everybody be entrepreneurs and they want, like, man, I'm just like, man, I was born in the wrong era.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I was young right now because I'd be able to kick some ass.
That's tight. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, bro, but you still did it. You still did it.
No, I'm doing
You've
it.
been in a different time, though, bro.
Yeah, I'm
and
doing
you're still
it.
doing it now, my boy.
Yeah, no, definitely I did it, and I don't want to take away from that. But I'm just so proud of where the LA culture is going. Like, it's just so dope now. Like, you know, just the perspective. And I deal with a lot of younger people.
What do you think about all the homies saying nigga this and nigga that? They use the N-word a lot. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it obviously that's like a very, like, thin line, right? Like, you know.
A lot of homies don't like it, older
Yeah.
cats. But then the young homies is like, you ain't tell them nothing. And then I got homies that are my age, bro, and they're chilling with
You
the
know
young
what
homies.
I like?
Check it out real quick. I got some homies that are my age that chill with the young homies that saying, you know, bro, check it out, dog. This is their time. This is what's in. Leave it alone. Whoop-de-whoop-whoop.
That's what I was going to tell you. It's, you know, what I like is if the kid wants to say it and he can stand up and he carry his own weight and has, like, the movement and all that, like, I don't know. I'm not here to judge nobody. Like, we've been profiled all our lives. I'm the last person to profile. Like, I've been profiled all my life. I can't even go to places because they might look at me and be like, oh, man, who is this guy? Like, don't let him in. I've been to places where they don't let me in because of how I look. I hate being profiled. I'm the last person to profile. You do what you do, my man. I don't know. I can't. I'm the last person to tell people what to do. Like, I'm a big activist. I let people do what they do. And if it rocks, it rocks. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's their fault if it doesn't happen. And it's their fault if it does. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. That's a very thin line, right? Like,
I mean, so that's dope, dog. You're just basically like, bro, like, check it out. We're all individuals. I'm not going to judge you for what the fuck you're doing. You know what I mean? Eventually, you'll find out if it's right or not. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just like I have.
Exactly. Hell yeah. Like, live it, Like, I'm the last person to profile, especially my own people.
I mean, that's tight, dog.
Like, if you want to do it, do it. If you think that's what's gonna blow you up, do it. More power to you. Like, straight up.
So I asked my boy Spec the Kid, dog. I don't know if you know Spec, dog. He's an old school, rapper. He's probably around my age, bro. You know what I mean? And he's a dope artist, dog. But he hasn't caught the biggest breaks. I mean, shout out to Spec. You know what I mean? That's a fucking fucked up shout out after I say some shit like that. No, he's super dope, dog. Like, I buy his music and I bump his music, dog. You know what I mean? But anyways, I asked him, bro, how he thought about that shit, dog. And he said, hey, bro, check it out, dog. I got a Mexican baby mama, dog. You know what I mean? This is LA, bro. And then I thought about it and I was like, bro, this is just a motherfucking melting pot, homie.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? All these years, bro, of the 90s and the 80s of being blacks against motherfucking Hispanics or whatever the fuck, dog. Like, eventually, bro, if you live with a certain ethnic group and are individual for so long, dog, sooner or later, dog, bro, we family, dog.
Yeah.
We family. What's the difference between me and you? Nothing, homie.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, like, I'm not here to profile. I don't know what people's been through. I'm just here to support, and if they're on the right path, then they're on the right path. And I'm just gonna applaud them. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not here to profile nobody. I just want all good vibes, bro. I've learned that when you have good vibes fuck with you.
Ooh.
When you got bad vibes, then bad vibes fuck with you. And I just want to be a good vibe.
Damn.
That's just my goal,
And that's what I'm working on, dog. So,
yeah.
I mean, for so long, I mastered the bad vibe, dog. I swear. I mean, I took pride in it, dog.
Bro. Me too.
I took pride in it, dog.
Yeah,
I wanted it, dog.
All of us did, but like I said, man, my goals and perspective have changed dramatically, man. And thanks to me, it changed a long time ago.
Lessons, right? Lessons.
It changed a long time ago. When I was building Urban Kings, it had already changed. When I went to go to those meetings and I was talking to corporate America, I was like, wow, I just went in there and made a fool of myself. Like, I gotta put my game up and really represent my people the correct way. Damn. If I want to make those
And that's dope you say that. You're transparent, homie, and that's dope you say that, dog, because some cats won't admit that, dog. You know what I mean? I don't know how many times I made a fool out of myself, dog. The other day, I made a fool out of myself, dog. I went to the motherfucking Pacquiao fight to my homie's fucking pops' dad, dog, you know what I mean? And there's all levels of society in there. There's white, there's higher, there's middle class, and there's lower class. I mean, and we get into the den to watch the fucking fight, though. I mean, and he was trying to stream it at first, and then finally he said, fuck it, let me put it on, you know what I mean? I paid for it and shit, dog, you know what I mean? And they said, hold on, does anybody got any jokes? You know what I mean?
No. Go on, whatever. Get the laugh ready.
Hey, and so I thought about it for a second, and I'm like, because I was working on some stand-up shit, dog. I was like, no, bro, I'm gonna bust some stand-up shit. I'm gonna do some crazy ass shit, homie. I'm gonna bust some stand-up shit, dog. I wrote some shit, dog. I'm a writer, dog. I'm a fucking weirdo, dog. You know what I mean? But anyways, dog. So I told a joke, dog, that got passed on me through the internet, dog.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it was a racist joke, dog. It was a black joke, dog. You know what I mean? And my dumb ass, homie, is I'm sitting next to a Cuban black dude, homie. Okay. And I'm the idiot telling this joke.
And he probably talks Spanish.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And I tell this joke, homie, and everybody just like,
what?
Oh, and I was like, oh shit. And then luckily my girl was sitting right there, and luckily my girl was like, that wasn't a good joke. You know what I mean? That helped me though. Yeah. I didn't get mad at her about that. Yeah. Like, at least they know that we're both not crazy. I'm the crazy one. She's cool, give the balance. And so I told another joke, dog. And then it was just as offensive, dog.
Damn.
I said, hey, well, check it out, man. The other day, My girl was acting stupid, so I took a wheelchair from her. And then I go, guess who came crawling back?
I don't know who.
A homegirl, I mean, wheelchair. I took the wheelchair from her. Guess who came crawling back? I mean, she was, you know what I mean? Like paraplegic almost, you know what I mean? Like it was a fucking, exactly. The response you just gave me right now was the response I got. And my girl looked at me and she said, stop this shit, homie. Yeah, I mean, but how did I get onto that right now? I just lost track. Why did I get on that? What were we talking about that I got on that?
Just like you do sometimes you do stuff that, ain't cool or.
Yeah. So, anyways, I gotta check myself on that shit, dog. I know we got onto that. I think we both lost track because I was long-winded on that fucking little story right there, dog. You know what I mean? But my boy, you fucking dog. This conversation having you here, my boy, is fucking badass, dog. And I wanna concrete in the building. What's up, baby boy?
What up?
I see you, homie.
I seen his one which was really good. Shout out to Concrete.
Yeah. I mean, bro, I'm getting better at this stuff. You know what I mean? As I go, I get better, bro.
That's what it is. You know how you went up to and said a joke? You might go up there next time and probably pick a better joke now, right? Like, fuck it. It is what it is, man. Like,
trial and error.
Oh, you know what it is? Some people be like, things happen because they happen. And it's not, bro. Things happen because you are the one that made that particular thing happen. And you have 100% control to change things of how you represent yourself and how you operate on the daily basis, and that is what I'm working on every single day, trying to fix. Every single day.
Control of our own destiny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
To a certain extent, right?
Nah, I say we control our own destiny 100%.
I mean, I feel like that, but I want to
cliche, you know. How some people be like, it's the, you know how they say the universe delivers what you want, like you control the universe. Like that's so cliche, but it's so real. Because everything you do every single day, how you talk, your character, your ego is going to give you a return of investment. And you want to get the best return. So you want to be in the best position to give the best for the universe can give you that return. Now, that's how I look at it. And it's work, bro.
Hey, shout out to Hate Clothing. We see you right there.
Shout out Hate Clothing. What up?
Hey, Richard West. What up, my baby boy? I see you, doggy. Get in on some political about snitches glorifying those acts and setting an example to the new generation, making these kids feel like that is okay. Victor, I like that, bro. Let's talk on that, dog. Let's talk about this. So on that note, Victor, we're gonna talk about that, my boy. Yeah, I mean, and we'll talk about from this angle. What do you think about 6ix9ine?
Well, he's there's not enough.
What are your have you followed him a little bit?
I mean, obviously, I've seen all his crazy shit he was doing. So I mean, but I wasn't really like in tune with what he's doing and actually what he represents. He got himself into a tough situation, like really bad. And I mean, I don't know. That's on him, bro. Like. You know what I mean? I
mean, you know what's crazy about this new generation though is I believe, and people have voiced this as well too, dog. I mean, he bit off more than he can chew.
For sure.
He got himself into a game that he wasn't about. I mean, he's lucky he got himself in the situation instead of getting himself killed. Unfortunate.
Probably almost did, which he almost did.
But unfortunate for the dudes that he's telling on right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what's crazy about this time and this generation, Victor, which I'm going to go ahead and speak on, big dog, is that he will get out.
And everybody will.
And he will put out music.
Yeah.
And he will stay making money, dog.
Yeah.
And that's just this new generation snitching and all that shit, bro. Like, I mean, bro, this is the Me Too.
That's crazy, man.
Me Too era.
Yeah.
People are very sensitive, dog.
Yeah. I mean, as far as me, I make sure that I have my morals up. I can't really speak for him, but yeah, he put himself in a bad situation, and I don't know, man. Just like I said, I usually focus on myself versus on focusing on what other people's doing.
How do you feel about this? And Victor just said this right now, and I'm gonna just kind of like elaborate on it. He said he made Mexicans look bad. So when you're in an industry that hasn't fucking put a lot of Hispanics on that platform that 6ix9ine was on, did he kind of like, you think he maybe burned a bridge or set a bad fucking taste in the mouth that wasn't fucking tasting it very well from the gate?
I think he put a bad taste on everybody's mouth upon himself. I mean, I don't know if he
so that
damaged the whole community. Like, nah, it's just you gotta stay strong and keep moving. Like, are you kidding me? Like, because of 6ix9ine, I'm not gonna blow up. Come on, that's crazy, bro. Like,
I mean, no, but what I'm saying though, bro, is like the industry, bro, the universal industry, bro.
If I got something dope,
if you're hot, you're hot, right?
If you're hot, you hot. Like, that's what he was doing. He was doing what he had to do to become hot, you know, and he was doing a good job until he fucked up, you know. But if you put it on me, like he's not gonna stop me from becoming more of a businessman. Like, that's on him. People can,
yeah, you out your motherfucking mind.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
like,
no, for sure.
You know how some people be blaming the president, all that. Like, you gotta you gotta do shit no matter what. The president be doing some stupid ass shit.
How do you feel about the president?
I think he has just his morals are just not there. I mean, I don't know enough about how the system works, but I do know when he's doing stupid shit. And I think he's doing some stupid shit.
Because we think differently. We feel things differently. Because when you're from the streets and shit and you grow up on the fucking streets, dog, you feel the streets and the vibe ain't right. Then you feel it in your heart. You're saying, you know what? I don't know 100% about what he's talking about, but this shit just doesn't feel right.
It just doesn't feel good. And what he's doing with the kids and the borders, like, that's wrong, bro. Like, I don't care what excuse you got. You don't do that. That's like unethical. You know what I mean? That's like having no morale. That's just like being an evil, what they call it, bigot, bro. Like, nah, I'm not. Yeah, hell no, I don't support that. And on the same token, I'm gonna do my best to do what I have to do for my business to thrive without his decisions fucking me up. You know what I mean? But I am gonna be supportive to my people. Like, I can't believe he's doing that, bro. Like, yeah, if they were to do what do they call that? Like a petition to get him, I signed that shit, bro. Like, there was a petition online. I signed it. I don't know if it's real or not, but I put my name on there. Like, yeah, get this fool out of here, you know. Yeah, I think he's a little bit crazy, you know.
I mean, you know, when he was running for president, dog, I told my girl and shit. I said, this dude's gonna fucking win.
I couldn't believe it, right?
I mean, you couldn't believe it, but I could, dog.
That's crazy.
I looked at him and I said, you know what, dog? This dude just used to win and shit, dog. You know what I mean? And he's playing this shit like a fucking, like, The Apprentice or something like that. The game show he had on NBC or whatever the station it was, dog. You know what I mean? Like, he looked at it as a game. He said, I have the money to play this game. I have the motherfucking chops to fucking chop this shit up in the game. Let's play this motherfucking game. And he burned them fools, dog. I knew he was going to burn them fools in that election, dog.
In a sense, he had the mentality of, like, I'm going to fucking kill it. And he did. But that doesn't justify what he's doing.
100%. No,
that doesn't
bro.
justify.
I mean, I'm just kind of like reflecting on when the initial, you know what I mean, when they're running for the shit, dog, this was gonna win. I told my girl, I said, watch this fool. This fool's gonna win this shit. This fool's a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? And you know what it was, bro? Is America wanted to change, dog, because if you Hillary Clinton, dog, was just gonna put the same system that's been in the system, dog. You know what I mean? You know, when people want to change, you can't be mad at people wanting to change and wanting to try something new, dog. You know what I mean? You know, and unfortunately, you know what I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad. The economy is going good right now, dog. If you have a fucking clothing line, or if you have any aspirations of making your own business, this is the time to do it.
Yeah,
do it right now. You know what
I mean, I've also traveled around the world, and I've seen third world countries.
Whew, I want to do that, dog.
And when I come back here, I'm just like, wow, bro, like the way the system is set up, which has nothing to do with Donald Trump, but I'm just talking about the system overall. The shit that we complain about
ain't shit,
bro. Like, you gotta go to another side of the world where people are sleeping in just a little metal gate, a sheet. That's the roof. And then you start to realize, like, man, our system is pretty on point. The streets are clean, you know, the just everything is on point, man.
Are we just a bunch of complainers out here for or what, dog?
I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like a lot of people they haven't really left. Like, people have a house, video games, weed that's legal, and they're complaining about what the fuck's about their life. Like, come on, bro. Like, go live in in a third world country and you're like gonna be in a way worse situation. But I've seen it and I've learned to really be proud of you know, of the Los Angeles or the States. And man, I'm just like, that just brings more to my mind. Like, man, I better not slack because everybody else is slacking.
Ooh,
so I better just slip. And everybody's just, we live in LA where you go down to downtown and you can buy blanks, jewelry, fucking luggage, backpacks, socks, white t-shirts, and distribute it to everybody in the country because they can't get it because they don't got that resource.
Fuck.
But people are at home just chilling. And
being broke.
Yeah.
Worried about some shit.
Not being broke, but just home chilling, playing video games, smoking weed.
No, bro, but I hear you, dog.
Yeah.
And I've had this conversation, dog. This is the land of opportunity. And if you're sitting at the crib and you're fucking counting pennies and shit, then you're fucking up. Because if you ain't making money at this time, if you ain't going to downtown and going to the farmer's market or going to a Swapmeet and popping up a motherfucking easy up and selling some shit, dog, and you're slipping on your game, you can make money right now.
100, man. I mean,
we live in a good, homie, LA. Thank you very much.
LA and the East Coast, especially LA, because we have the movie industry. We influence. When you look at a movie, it's either LA, New York, or you know, Miami. I don't know. There's different spots, but man, you know how influential Los Angeles is. If you ever go out the country and you tell people you are from LA, they're gonna automatically look at you like, you're from LA? Oh my God, look at your tattoos. And like, you got power instantly.
And that's all of a sudden you just fucking pull your zipper down and let your shit hang out and be like, whenever you're ready, bro.
And they'll go for it, bro. Because you from LA.
Bro, next time you travel the world, dog, you know what I mean? Like, just fucking put me in a motherfucking luggage, dog. You know what I mean? Let me go with you, dog. You know what I mean?
To travel is that expensive, man.
Check it out, though.
It's not that expensive, man. It's so freaking cheap. Like, it's cheap. And when you go to other countries, your value of money is, bro, you can live for years and years. And, bro, like, you're good.
The U.S. dollar is so long.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it depends where. You go to Europe, you're losing. But, I mean, that shit changes here and there. But when you travel the world, your perspective of what you do in L.A., and you realize how beautiful it is, how much opportunity you got to kill it in the game. You don't go to sleep the same way.
Yeah.
You know, you wake up a little bit different.
For sure, though. I mean, we're truly blessed, though. I mean, like, 100% blessed, dog. You know what, bro? I wake up in the morning, dog, and I say a prayer. And I mean, are you religious, bro? What do you?
I definitely believe in God. You know,
when times get hard, what do you do?
When times get hard, you definitely pray, because if you don't
you do pray.
If you don't have a higher power, then you're gonna be insane. In order for you to be sane, you have to have a higher power. And you know, if you want to talk about going to church, I don't do none of that. But I definitely believe in a higher power. And you know, like I said, I do a lot of philosophers. There's one person everybody should follow. His name's Alan Watts. Like, man, he's so real, man. And he's already passed away, and he's done. He has so much literature on YouTube, so much talks and cool school talks. You know, and the reason I mention him is when you talk about religious, he talks about that. And you know, religion is good, but when you put too much value in it, then it's bad. You know, and that's how I look at it. Like, I really believe in a higher power. And you know, if my mom was to pass away, I better believe she's in a better place, right? Because or else I'll be like, she don't exist no more. Who cares, you know? No, I want to believe that she's going to be here and taking care of me. My grandma who passed away, my uncle just passed away. I want to believe that they're looking down right now and they're excited and they're happy for what I've done. So you have to have something there. But you know, obviously, I'm not like a full-blown Christian or Catholic, or you know, I'm not inside to go to church. I'm not that educated in that, you know.
What makes you happy, though? What makes you happy? You're having a bad day, and what can be the one thing to really brighten your day?
Conversation, man. Meeting people and conversating.
Yeah, and so if you're having a bad day and all of a sudden you engage in a conversation, and the conversation, I mean, you have the ability not to reflect your bad day.
I usually don't have bad days, and I'm gonna tell you why. when shit goes bad, it goes bad right there. And as I get away from it or as my day continues, I do not let it reflect on what I'm doing for the rest of the day. So if I had a bad day coming here, you would never feel it. You would never know I had a bad day.
I mean, maybe that's why you've been around so long, though, because you have the ability to do that. Not everybody has the ability to do that. I remember being a kid and shit. I mean, and times were rough for my moms and shit. I mean, if it was regarding money or relationship or something like that, dog. You know what I mean? Like, you knew she was having a bad day because she was yelling at all the kids, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have the ability to what's the right word? To fucking reject the bad day fucking aura surrounding you.
Well, I learned a lot from my mom. I learned a lot of good, and I learned a lot of bad. Since she was first generation, came here illegal, and she was very tough, like, with bill collectors, and she was like, money was tight. We didn't have money. I remember one day she bought me some new shoes and I dirtied them. She beat my ass because she had saved. They were even paid his shoes, but that was a lot for my mom.
Was it do you ever remember the kangaroos that you can put the penny in the pocket on the side of them? They had the fucking
Nah. But that sounds cool.
I think they were Payless, dog. They were called kangaroos, dog. And they were the Velcros. They had the two Velcro things on them, dog. And they had a pocket on the side with the Velcro pocket, dog. And you can fit a penny in that shit, dog. You know what I mean? Dope. Yeah, that was the kangaroos. But I'm sorry, my boy. You took me back.
No, that's not good, man. But going back to that is like my mom would really school me for that. And I remember telling myself, like, well, till now, like, I can never be like that. Because she's still the same, right? She still schools everybody. But I remember being like, I can never be like that. So she taught me what to be and what not to be.
What did your pops teach you?
Nothing, bro. I don't conversate with my pops. He was never there.
Have you ever met your pops, bro?
Yeah. I have met him. And he tries to contact me all the time, but
to this day.
Yeah, but he's a stranger to me. So, when he calls me, he's kind of weird.
You're not letting him in, or is he just like I don't want to get too personal, bro, and I do not want to dig my boy. And if you don't want to talk about this, please let me know right now, dog.
No,
but so you said he calls you all the time, so he's calling to apologize to you, or
well, I've talked to him and I have sat down with him, and he does have great advice, and man, I would love to have had that back in the days, but the advice he's giving me now, it's a little bit too late because the advice is poor advice. Like, man, like, this would have been dope years ago. But I've
grown far beyond your advice.
Not like that, but
you're just a smarter man.
No, and also to this, it bugs me when he calls me that. He talks to me like his son. Now he's still a stranger to me. So,
ooh, that hurts.
Could you imagine somebody being like, "Hey, Nico," like, "Hey, campeón"? Like, that's kind of weird, bro. Like, I don't even know you, dog. Like,
check it out, though. I grew up in a horrible family, dog.
Okay.
I got mom issues and I got daddy issues, dog. I have kids right here, dog, and they don't have grandparents, dog. 100%, dog. They don't have a grandma, and they don't have a grandpa, dog. But so we talked about earlier, and I told you that I'd done some time and shit, dog. So before that time, I was running the streets, dog, and I had some kids and stuff, dog. I had a couple of boys, dog. And from two different baby mamas, dog.
Okay.
And one of them is okay with me, and the other one won't talk to me. He thinks that he tells me my ex she's a white girl. My son Luciano. If you're watching right now, shit, I love you, boy.
Come on.
Yeah. But anyway, pick up that phone. But I just feel like the mom just fucking really bashes me, bro. You know what I mean? And he thinks that he says that I'm El Chapo, dog, which I'm far from, bro. You know what I mean? But in his mind, I guess El Chapo's a bad person, dog. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And so that he feels that I'm that, dog. You know what I mean? And so one day, bro, you know what I mean? I hear what you're saying, dog, because I've been on both sides of the fence, dog, and now I'm on this other side of the fence, dog. Just like
that's fucked up.
I've been on the fucked up side, and now I'm on this side of being the fucked up person. When I was so resentful when I was on this side to this person right here. So damn, where the fuck do I really stand right now, dog? You know what I mean? I'm fucking in quicksand sometimes, dog. You know what I mean? And I just don't know what the fuck to. You know what I mean? I tried different things, dog, and it just doesn't work. But anyways, I mean, I can relate on both sides of what you're talking about,
man.
bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Has that affected you, bro?
no, of course, bro. Like
For sure, right?
100%, he would have been great if he was there, but he wasn't. So it doesn't put me in a bad situation because I am who I am because of that situation. But 100%, I don't let it like bug me mentally, you know, on the daily.
Man, my mental's been fucked up. I'm a grown man, dog. My mental's still fucked up. And
Yeah.
I try to, and that's shit that I try to work on and shit, dog. Because I don't like being vulnerable to certain things, dog. I don't like feeling weak to things, and I have fears and I have weaknesses in different things. And this is what I like about this podcast because I can talk about them. I never would have talked about them, dog. You know what I mean? But so the person that I try to be on this podcast is I try to be as real as possible, dog. You know
Put him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Call him on here.
Oh, man,
that would be so.
I mean, I get emotional, dog.
But nothing's wrong with that,
I'd
bro.
probably cry like a little bitch. Dog.
Nothing's wrong with that.
Because I'd be so hurt and emotional, dog.
I think being vulnerable, like you mentioned, is powerful, man. And
a lot of guys don't like to show that, especially where we come from.
Could you imagine being vulnerable with your lady? How much more she'll probably like
love me?
Yeah, bro.
Instead of being a dick.
Yeah, right. If you get emotional,
cocky motherfucker.
Hey, if you get emotional, you're like, fuck you, bye. But in reality, deep down inside, you're about to be emotional, right? Could you imagine if you get emotional and just like, damn, babe, I'm sorry, man. Like, she'll probably be like, what? Like, damn, like, she'll probably look at you a little bit different. So I think.
So check this shit out, dog. The other day, my girl was pulling up and shit, dog. I mean, and I had a big old fucking pile of leaves in the front yard and shit, dog. I don't want I mean, you were coming, bro, and I didn't want the fucking crib to be a fucking mad mess. So to be honest with you, bro, I went out there and I tried to clean the front yard a little bit, dog. I mean, because I was like, man, I don't want homie to think I'm a fucking scumbag, dog, even though I am, you know what I mean? But anyways, bro, fucking, so she's pulling up. I got a pile of leaves at the end of the driveway, dog. I mean, I'm going like this. I'm going like that, dog. I mean, park right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she fucking passed me. She looked like,
oh,
and
she goes,
no. She passed me and come back. She's like, what are you saying? What are you talking about? I'm like, I'm trying to tell you, boo. But anyways, oh fuck, I just lost my train of thought.
You were talking about being vulnerable.
Oh yeah. So she got mad, bro, because the way I fucking yelled at her like she was stupid. I was talking like she was stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And sometimes. I mean, being people like us, sometimes we can, because I think you're the same way as me, dog. We can come across sometimes maybe possibly talking to somebody stupid. We don't mean it like that, dog.
Yeah.
We're just like, come on, let's go. Come on, because I'm chewing something else over here. My mind is going. You know what I mean? And so, anyways, I was like, fuck, she got me so mad about that. You know what I mean? And so later, like, not even later on, for like an hour, maybe a couple hours, dog, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I mean, I know you were fucking. I thought you knew what I was talking about. I'm doing my signs. Whoa. You know what I mean? And she's like, nah. You came up, fucked up my vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You were fucking acting like a dick. You know what I mean? I just coming home. I was like, with dinner. I was gonna buy dinner. And I was like, man, you know what? I'm fucking sorry. I mean, I didn't even mean it like that. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry. I mean, if it came out like that. I mean,
you know what I usually tell myself when I have to apologize to anybody. To anybody, bro.
Wait, say it again?
What I usually tell myself, when like if something goes wrong and I have to apologize, I usually tell myself that this is my due diligence for that relationship.
To apologize.
You have to, bro. You have to, because when you want to apologize, your mind's automatically saying, fuck that. But my response is, nah, this is your due diligence. This is what you have to do. Because if you don't, then you're not going to have that good vibe relationship. So if you were to, like, right away, if you were to come in, the second you told her, you would have come in and been like, yo, babe, I'm sorry, man. Like, give her a hug. You would have saved 2 hours of you being angry. Woo! You know what I'm saying? Like, why you not be angry for a day or 4 days? Like, that shit don't help nobody.
Get smarter, be smarter, motherfucking quicker. Don't think about this show so long.
Straight up, bro. And especially if that's your lady, unless you're gonna leave her, then it's just your due diligence, bro. And it's just what you have to do, you know.
Jimmy motherfucking Diaz, owner of motherfucking Urban Kings, owner of Old English Brand.
Check him out. Check all that shit out.
owner of the cycle shop.
Check that shit out. A lot of people go there every fucking week.
Check it out, bro. I mean, like, you a ladies' man or what?
Fuck, I mean, of course you try to be a ladies' man. Shit, that's.
I mean,
girls are beautiful, man.
Bro, like, are they all over you, dog? Because you are Jimmy Diaz?
A lot of people, I stay away from people on Instagram. Any social media.
Are they constantly in your DM?
Not that they're constantly on my DMs, but you know the ones that be always liking your stuff and sending happy faces and shit like that. But I learned from a long time ago from the Swapmeet that when you hook up with your customers, and I don't want to call them customers, but your movement, you know, then the magic is gone.
And that's tight. You can say that too, dog. And I mean, what I mean is, so some people call them customers, but you went to another level to where your store was a part of a movement.
Yeah, and it still is, man.
That's that cycle realm shit, huh?
I mean, think about it, bro. Like, if I mean, at the there's so many beautiful girls there. There's no problem with you hooking up with 200 girls in 1 year, right? If let's just bring it down a notch, and let's just say you hook up with 20 girls a year. That's if you don't hook up with them, this is what they do. They come, they tell you hi every single time, and they buy something. They come, they bring their friends, they tell you hi, and they both buy something. They come, they bring their friends, their grandparents, and their uncles, and they all buy something. They come and they're just so excited to show off what the place. Now, could you imagine if you do it with 20 girls? You're losing a lot of money. And they be doing it monthly.
Yeah, I love that shit.
So I learned.
I need to keep my money up.
Yeah, I learned not to take advantage, bro. Because you can easily take advantage.
Wow.
And especially on Instagram, because they can take a screenshot and put it on and say, "Oh, check out this motherfucker trying to hit me up."
Like, you gotta watch yourself. They dirty. They ain't, bro. How do you? So on that note, dog, how do you feel about this shit that's going down with all these legendary dudes in the game, bro? With females, dog.
Yeah, it's fucked
up.
Are
females taking advantage of the times?
I have no idea. All I know is that, you know, girls be trying to get with you, and they be doing everything it takes.
You know what, dog? I'm gonna say it, dog. I'm gonna say it, and I don't want you to say it, dog, because you're a businessman, dog, and you got a lot of business behind you. I just got this podcast, dog, and a part of this podcast, big dog, is me as the host, dog, being transparent and keeping the shit 100, dog. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm gonna say this shit right now, dog. All the fucking females in the world, you girls need to kick the fuck back. You know what I mean? Because you put that mini skirt on, you pop that booty out to get that motherfucking roll, and you got that roll. Don't complain about that shit now.
Now let's flip this conversation. And let's talk about how powerful girls are, and they don't realize how powerful.
Who, homie?
That's the real conversation.
They're flexing the power right now.
They're so powerful, but yet they're saying that they're not powerful. Man, girls are so more powerful than men if they utilize that power right. And they're gonna look at you and fuck with you before they fuck with me. And that's with all my years experience. They'll fuck with you at first hand. Now you are gonna get guys trying to take advantage, but you as a business person gotta be able to, hey, that's not how I play. And then that's how you filter them out. That's how you filter all the guys that ain't really gonna do shit for you. And then the ones that stay and are really about the business because they see the potential in you. They see the ambition in you. I mean, girls are very much mature and smarter than guys are by 10, 15 years.
And then they got the power of the pussy.
I mean, yeah, you know, like.
And I don't want to sound like a sexist because I'm a man that raises girls right here.
I think the word would be the power of their beauty. That is what their power is.
Speak on it, big dog.
Yeah,
the power of the beauty.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
But if it smells like a motherfucking San Pedro motherfucking fish market, girl, you ain't gonna get it.
Yeah, man.
You ain't gonna get it. I'm gonna drink a michelada. That's it.
Yeah.
I ain't fucking with the motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, girls are dope, bro. Like.
You love the women, dog. Oh, how much do they love Jimmy? On a scale of what?
I don't know, man, but girls,
they loving Jimmy, right?
Girls are beautiful, man. They smell good.
Check it out, dog.
Their skin's good. I mean, there's just so much shit, you know.
100%, dog. Shout out to all the beautiful girls
Shout
out there.
Shout out to all the girls, man. You guys are powerful. Please utilize that platform the correct way, and you guys can go far, way farther than guys. way far than guys.
Ooh, he just dropped you a couple of gems right
Yeah,
there.
no.
And I think a lot of the girls know that shit as well.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And I hope when my girls, when my girls get of age and they use their power in the proper way, you know what I mean? And you know what? That's just, I'm a father. As much as I sound like a pig sometimes and a fucking asshole, you know what I mean? I'm that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm both, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
man.
You know,
Yeah.
so you can hate me and you can love me. That's the story of my life. Hate me and you love me. What's the story of your life, dog? Has it been a love-hate?
Everything's love and hate, bro. Everything
100%.
I hate, everything I love. But
I mean,
like
if you lived in just a love, it would be just a magical world. I don't want to be
boring,
in a magical world. I need some hate. You need
Yeah.
some hate, right?
yeah, I mean, it's like you need white to know what black is. You know what I'm saying? You need to know the difference between stuff. And nah, I mean, I embrace and I respect people's opinion, but when I see their opinion is it's malicious or it's evil, then there's no substance there, so I just ignore it. And and that's how I look at hate. You really gotta respect it and evaluate it. And if it's worth something, and for example, if somebody says I'm a dick, and if I hear 10 people say it, I better pay attention of that, right? I better pay attention because they're giving me they're giving me straight up the formula when to fix. But if you have one person saying it, then it's not really.
So I've had a lot of people in my life tell me that I was a dick. I mean, I was so hurt with my mom because my mom did me dirty, dog, as a kid, dog. You know what I mean? And then my pops wasn't there, dog. You know what I mean? And I feel like I just got shitted on, dog. You know what I mean? So growing up, I grew up with anger, dog, and I was resentful. And I was a dude with a chip on the shoulder, dog. I mean, top it off, dog. I ended up in the gangs, LA gangs and shit like that, dog. You know what I mean? So I was just like, I was even a hard homie to deal with, a homie from the hood. Like, oh yeah, he's a good homie. But damn, dog, that fool is probably a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like, I'm speaking on myself. Well, people, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because I just had, I mean, we all have things going on with ourselves and shit, dog. But yeah, dog. I mean, dog, I love that you're on the show, dog. I mean, what made you want to like say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna fuck with this? You didn't know me, dog. We just met, dog. We met at the Swapmeet. I mean, I feel like I've known you forever. You didn't know me, dog. I mean, what made you feel like, you know what, I'm gonna fuck with this dude? Like, what did you do? What was your process? Out of curiosity, so I possibly know what other people's processes are, dog.
I can't profile, man. Like doing something, and I gotta support it. This is my people right here. Like, it's like when you somebody told me this, when you do something for the love, not for the clout, you go far. People can feel it. So if I have 100 people watching this, or 1,000 people watching it, they're gonna know that it's authentic. Like it's like it's if your podcast blows up and I was the first one here, then I'm gonna blow up with it.
100%.
You know what I mean? And it's authentic. It's not like I'm on here because you paying me or because I saw you have 1 million followers. Like I'm on here because I just gotta do my due diligence for my people. Like I gotta speak to all levels of everybody in order for me to broaden my philosophy or theories or my words. I gotta fuck with everybody no matter where they're at. So I'm not gonna profile you just because.
Ooh, I love you, dog. My boy, you know what, dog? That's the realest shit, dog, that I fucking love so much, dog. You know what I mean? Because it's like this, dog. You know what I mean? Man, homie, I got a Esteban Oreo coming on, dog. You know what I mean? I got some cats coming on, dog. I just couldn't believe they were gonna just come on, dog. And you're one of them, bro. You know what I mean? And I was just like, damn, the love is fucking real, dog. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, I mean, I hope I don't fuck it up, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like as long as I'm myself, dog, you know what I mean? I couldn't fuck it up, dog. You know what I mean? You know, and I mean, I want this to blow up, dog. And I do this, dog, because I was so I was so focused on me being the man with my rap music and shit, dog. I was doing Scum City shit, King's Throne, my own Lucky Sun Zoo shit, dog. It wasn't, it didn't catch, dog. I mean, the numbers weren't right. So if the numbers aren't right, dog, you know what I mean? I just fucking checked myself and said, all right, bro, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I tell people, I said, I'm going to take this L right here. I mean, I don't like saying it, dog, but I took a big L in the music game, dog. You know what I mean? You know, and I mean, I had some people that pumped me up for a long time to keep on going with it, which I did for a while, dog. But at the end of the day, that could have been a detriment to my shit to prolonging the fucking pain, dog. You know what I mean? But anyways, dog, this right here, I feel like it's a passion, dog.
Do it, man.
I mean, I really love this. I was talking with Concrete, dog. I mean, we did a fucking our podcast and shit, dog. And he was talking about fucking callings, passions and callings, dog. You know what I mean? And passions can fuck you up sometimes, dog.
100.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then callings. So what we're doing right here, I mean, I feel like it's a calling, dog. I feel real passionate about this calling, dog. I mean, I like talking, bro. You know what I mean? I like fucking chopping it up, bro. You know what I mean? You know, I love this conversation.
And that's a talent. That's a talent within itself. Not everybody can do this. You know, this is a talent within itself, and you probably got it from your rapping. So it wasn't a total waste, right?
Woo!
I mean,
I like that, dog. I like that because when I put the intros together, dog, I almost think of it like a rap song sometimes, dog. And my shit's always been like that. Like I want to get hyped, dog. You know what I mean? I just want to fucking pop it, dog. I want to slam it. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, dog. I try to fucking focus my intro sometimes like on that, dog. But check it out, dog. What is the future of Urban Kings, dog?
Well, it depends how you look at it. Because Urban Kings is a label, but if you go to my Instagram, it has turned into me now. I'm really focused on giving our culture, our people, and everybody who follows me, just all the life hacks of how you can hack and continue going. Because that's really what inspired me, right? Like I had to do it from other people who weren't part of where I was from. And I don't have nobody who I can look up to in this market, who I can say, he taught me, you know? So I want to be that person. I want to be that voice. I want to be that person who is inspiring, who's bringing value.
To the culture.
To the culture. Yeah, to the culture. Not just taking, not just being, just benefiting. Like, nah, I want to, and I mean this authentically. Like, I spent so many years promoting Set for Life and the mentality, to the point where even I was discouraged because nobody really cares. What people cares about is drama. They care about entertainment, fights, and I learned that that's cool and all that. But there was a point where I was like, man, I'm just done. Like, you know, I put so much time to come up with content, to come up with theories, to express myself, to be vulnerable and tell the world, don't do that, where it can be something against what they've been doing all their life. I put my neck out there for that, and nobody really engaged with it. They did, don't get me wrong, but like Gary Vee, bro, like he has millions and millions. So, you know, two things happen there. Number one, am I delivering as good as him?
Got you. I said, now I'm seeing what's going on.
And yeah,
you're trying to.
Yeah, and number two, I'm not going about it the wrong way, and that's just and that's what I'm trying to do with now. Now, as far as business goes, I'm trying to develop to be a businessman, a better businessman every single day. That's what I am. And whatever Old English is a platform to express that. The Cycle Shop is a platform to express my education and my business. Urban Kings is a platform to express that. It's just all platforms. You look at it as a streetwear brand. I look at it as a platform to make sure I do it. I organize it right. Let's have a meeting about target audience.
Do you have those meetings?
All the time.
Huh?
I'm talking about with my team.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Let's have a meeting with making sure we're resonating. Let's have a meeting making sure we're not too niche. And OE is not run by me. I have a brand manager that she runs it. I don't run Old English. And that's beautiful. Like, that's where I'm like, okay, now I'm going the right way. Cycle Shop, same thing. I have a shop manager who runs it all. There was a point that I wasn't even going there for like about 2 years. They ran it all. I knew my numbers. I knew how to do inventory. I knew a system for them to steal. All of that shit took years and knowledge and nobody taught me, bro. So I want to teach that to young entrepreneurs. Because nobody taught me, so I had to teach it from other people. So I want to teach it to our youth, you know. So I think that's a real businessman, right? When you have businesses popping, that you're really not the dictator, that you have other teams dictate. I think that's success to me. You know? Like creating stuff that isn't necessarily ran by you, or what is that word called? Micromanage. Like that's a bad thing. So I want to educate even my employees to run a whole department, and then I can go on and do other things. So I can have 20 businesses, and I'm not just owning all of them. My team, everybody benefits. So that's my angle. That's what I want to do.
You're smart, my boy. I mean, because they always, what's that old saying about having a well-oiled machine?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, bro. Yeah, your machine has to be running so on point, but it's not because. And like I had this perception when I was young that a boss comes in and starts slapping everybody and starts saying, "You're not taking advantage. Get to fucking work. What the fuck is wrong?" Like that was my perception, and I learned real quick that that's not what you do.
People are receptive towards
Yeah, you have to teach. I have so many people that don't know stuff that I have to. They piss me off so much, but in my mind says, nope. You gotta teach them. How are they supposed to know that? They ain't you. So then I teach them, and then eventually they get it, and they run the whole department on themselves. And then that to me is success. Now, of course, if you're running something great, what comes with it?
What comes with it, yeah. Well, I mean, all the benefits of
money,
a successful company.
Sales.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I'm chasing. I'm
Parties,
chasing
women, drugs.
So yeah, I'm chasing that.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not chasing the dollar signs. I'm chasing the organization within myself to have the smartness enough to run a machine. An empire, bro. That's where my goal's at. Now, if OE happens to be that platform, then I'm gonna give you my all. If next week I own a gas station, I'm gonna apply all my shit to a gas station. If next 3 years I own a Starbucks, but I'm gonna put up, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just my education, the basics of my education being utilized in whatever platforms in front of me.
Yeah, whatever's calling your attention.
Yeah, whatever's called, I'm gonna apply all my education, and it's gonna work. Has been working for years.
Yeah.
It's gonna work.
I mean, you're living off this, right?
Yeah. Oh, of course. I've never had a job in my life. Ever. I've never had a boss. And that's been a bad thing. Because I don't know how boss is supposed to be. So I gotta learn how to be a boss myself. But I've never, ever, ever had a boss in my life.
Whoo, that's crazy, dog.
I've never had, a job, pretty much.
Bro, you've never had a fucking boss, bro?
I've never had a job.
You never had a job?
Never
You've
had a
always
job.
been your own employer?
Since I was 15, yeah. I mean, I used to work for someone when I was 12, all the way to I turned 15, 16. Yeah, I've always been I've never had a boss. Yeah, never worked for somebody. I mean, when I was 12, I did, but they weren't like per se a job where you clock in as a swami. Like they pay you $30 a day. Like
is that what they do?
Yeah. When I worked there, they paid me I think like $20 a day, so I made 60 for 2 days.
Wow.
That was as far as being a
damn, dog! You started from the motherfucking bottom, dog.
Yeah. So I've never had a
$30 a day. Would you say $20 a day?
20. So it was
3
60,
days was $60.
60. Yeah. Yeah, that was my job, but I've never had a boss, and I also regret that because, I don't know how it is to run a company because of that. If I was to be in a company, I would pick a game, but I don't, so I have to learn it all from scratch.
You know what, dog? You know what's crazy, dog? Is I think you would be. I mean, I know you're doing your thing, bro. You know what I mean? But I think you would be a real valuable asset to a big
100, bro.
Company, dog.
100, right?
I mean, in the music game, particularly in the music game, dog. I think you would be a fucking crazy partner to have, dog, or someone to have as in, someone on the top ranking part of the company, dog.
Yeah, I mean,
because you experienced it on yourself, dog.
I build other businesses.
You have experience nobody will ever fucking feel or touch, dog.
Yeah, I have other businesses popping right now that I'm in charge of putting it together, which I'm not even, I do 20% work and I'm 50-50 on it. And that's because of my education. I utilize it, I'm flexing it, and I'm putting it into motion. So, yeah, man, of course, if at this point, if I stop hustling, I don't need to work no more. I've educated myself. One of the first things that my mom told me was like, all right, you're going to do the Swami? Well, what about your Social Security? What about your Medi-Cal? Who's going to pay that for you? And I was thinking, like, well, if they can do it, why can't I do it? I'm just going to go find out and pay the fees. And, and get it going. So that's what I did. So like, I'm 100% set up to retire if I want to. But obviously, it's impossible for me to do that because I want to flex on my education. I didn't learn all this just to stay home. So
Wait. You're saying you're at a point right now where you could retire?
I've been at a point. I'm spending more money right now trying to do all these crazy ventures because without it, life would be boring. Like I could definitely not just kick it all day and not do nothing. I own properties. I'm not
all from the hustle.
Yeah, off from everything, off from understanding. Man, it's just education, man. And I'm not talking about math. I'm just talking about knowing how to operate as a person and making smart decisions. It's so crazy, man. Like, I have so much shit popping, bro. Like, you just mentioned 3 things that are already how old?
Yeah. I mean, that's what you're known for, right?
Yeah. And the reason I don't flex the other stuff is because it's not this market. I don't need to promote it. It's like it would be a negative if I promote it.
It sounds stupid.
No, not stupid. It just ain't that. It just ain't this.
It doesn't make no sense to do it.
It doesn't make no sense. So,
yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just like I got a lot of shit popping, man. And like I'm telling you, when you bring value, if I was to stop right now, 100%, I could get a job at a Bank of America or running any company, man, and getting paid some big bucks because I know how to make big bucks. You know, I know how to get that return on investment. I know I've created my warehouse and I have 22 feet fucking bars of. I know how. Since I've learned, I'm a logistics company because I know how to do logistics. I'm an accounting company because I know how to do accounting because I know how to do accounting. I'm a payroll company because I know how to do BDD and pay my taxes, and I can essentially set you up with insurance and workers' comp because I did it. I could keep going, bro.
Bro, what the fuck, dog?
I did this from A to Z.
Hey, homie,
everything.
Check it out, dog.
I can tell you how to do. If you're a drug dealer, I can tell you how to make your money 100% legit, and then flip your money on properties and maybe charge you a fee. But of course, that's illegal. But I'm busy as hell. But I can technically educate you on that. I can educate you on your taxes. I can educate you on how to save money. I can educate you. If you had bad credit, I'll show you how to fix it. Why? Because I need to. Nobody taught me, so I learned it because I wanted to buy property. And guess what they told me?
You know what, dog? You're just fucking smart as shit. You're one of them dudes, dog, that you gotta tell one time, dog. There's some dudes you gotta tell one time. There's a couple dudes that sometimes you gotta hold them by the hand and walk them through it, dog. I'm a dude that you gotta hold me by the hand sometimes and walk me through it. You know what I mean? I'm 100%. I'll admit I'm like that.
Me too.
But you come across to me though as a dude that like
because I've done it already 1,000 times.
So you learn quick and you retain a lot of information.
No, I don't learn quick. I'm a very slow learner.
Are you good with retaining information? Because I'm not if it's not repetitive.
I even Googled how to retain more information.
And what did they tell you? That's interesting. I've never done that. I should have done.
I believe it talked about what you consuming as far as food and shit like that.
The way you eat and what powers your mind, right?
Yes, your vitamins and all that. But yeah, bro.
Health.
Health is everything, bro. And
how are you about your health?
I'm bad at my health because I'm always want to work. I don't want to leave my office ever. I'll be up to 4 a.m. if I have to.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Right now, big dog. You hungry as fuck?
I like sushi.
You like sushi?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sashimi, sashimi is fucking great.
Yeah? I mean, would you take a sushi roll over a taco?
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I love sushi. I'm not a really big meat eater. I don't like to eat. The reason I'm not a meat eater is because meat comes with hamburgers, tacos, tortas, pizza, everything. So I'm not a really big meat eater. Try to stay away. And even with that, I'm still having trouble with my, losing weight and being skinny, But yeah, I try to stay away from as much meat, even though fish is meat, but it's not that greasy meat, It's not like So, but yeah, I used to love hamburgers, tacos, all that shit's bomb.
So you stay away from that.
I stay away from that now. I'm not vegan or nothing, but if you were to tell me let's go eat somewhere, I wouldn't say tacos or hamburgers just because the meat. It's not even the meat. It's when you get a hamburger, what do you get? Fries and you get 1,000 items. It's fucking hella bad. So I'm staying away from that. When you get tacos, you get the taco, and then you get, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it's just me, bro, how I operate. I love that food. It's just for me.
I mean, that's good to know, dog. Because if I ever take you out to eat, we're gonna go eat some sushi.
Yeah, it's just for me. I'm not that body type to be eating I can't bring it off.
I mean, I got man titties and all that shit. Dog. I don't give a fuck, dog. I mean, it is what it is. But I hear what you're saying, dog. And have you ever seen that? Excuse me, I just hit that moon rock. Shut. Damn.
Plug him in.
Dr. Zodiac, Moon Rock.
Shout out to Danny. What up?
Actor Michael Flores.
Shout out to Michael. Boy. What's up?
Yeah, hell yeah. Appreciate it. But damn, that Moon Rock. I was at a video shoot the other day with them fools, and some girl, she fucking she was in the video, dog. Really good looking girl, dog. Mm-hmm. I mean, she got fucked up off that Moon Rock, dog. I mean,
oh fuck, I hate when they do that.
And Dr. Zodiac and everybody that were there, dog. So they were all gentlemen, dog. I mean,
that's dope.
They were just 100%, dog. They were just like, you know what? No, we'll take care of her. I mean, she's gonna be okay. I mean, let's get her some food. Whoop, this and that. I mean,
yeah.
And I was that dick in the background. I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe I just got a strong fucking dick bone, homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That just wants to shoot out that fucking, just that dick comment. I mean,
Damn,
but
anyway, something funny?
Nah, I said something stupid, dog. I mean, anyways, but shout out to the homies, man. They solid dudes and shit, dog. I mean, and I learned something from both of them dudes just a couple nights ago. I said, you know what? You don't always gotta be that fucking dick.
Yeah, man. Fuck, bro. It's just that you get older and you change, and you know where your priorities are at.
I mean, I learned shit from people, dog. Like I learned a couple nights ago, dog. Like, you know what? I didn't have to say that, dog. That shit don't sound right. And that's not who I am.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, for sure.
But anyways, bro. On that note, dog. I mean, how you feeling with time, dog? You want to keep going, dog?
Man, it's up to you, bro. I mean,
how you feeling? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, bro. I love Hennessy. I love Hennessy and water, bro. This is like this don't get me fucked up. This expands my mind, like.
Have you ever smoked a toad? Have you heard of the toad?
Nah, man. Nah, what is that?
Fuck, man. I'm gonna sound like a retard.
Is it psychedelics or is it like weed or what?
Man, you know what? Let's just leave that topic alone because I don't want to sound 100% retarded, dog.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to take you to another level. It's supposed to open up your mind. They say it's a death, dog. It's a high. It's a death, dog. They say you experience it 2 times in your life, dog. You experience it in the womb
and when you die. I think that's DMT, I think.
DMT.
Yeah, so shit like that. Yeah.
DMT. Bro.
I've never done that.
But you're about expanding the mind. You said this Henny right here in this water.
I'm not against psychedelics. I don't smoke weed.
Why don't you smoke weed though?
I tried it. It just doesn't work for me.
Doesn't work for you.
Yeah, but I like to expand my mind. I travel the world to expand my mind. And I've gone to other countries and I dabble into their party favors, and it definitely brings a whole different perspective, man. And
what's your party favorite? What's the party favorite?
Man, but like the shrooms.
Yeah, so you like the shrooms because the shroom is
man, shrooms are powerful, bro. I don't.
What do you think about that? What do they call it? Micro
shrooming, like where?
Yeah, micro shrooming. You're not taking it enough to get high. And shit. They say it's supposed to be really healthy for you, though.
You know what? I tried it, and it hit me really hard. but it didn't hit me hard in the bad way. It just was really attacking my integrity and how I should fix myself.
Oh, so put you in a microscope or what?
Yeah, I think shrooms.
Did you have a bad trip?
Not a bad trip, but a very open to myself trip of what I need to correct to continuously grow, and you know what I'm saying, to really evaluate myself, bro. It was an eye opener. So shrooms are fucking powerful, bro. They're not a party drug, number one. Like you gotta go to the forest or something.
I mean, you need to be in the right environment, like, bro. Like, oh shit, we're gonna go party, bro. Let's fucking, there's 100 of us. Let's go fucking shroom. Like,
yeah, no.
I mean, you
don't do shrooms at a backyard party. You don't do shrooms at no party. You do that shit in the forest, and the beach. You know, it's a powerful drug, man, and it's natural. Our ancestors did it, and that comes it's a long. That's not a new drug. That's not a man created drug. That is a very organic. It's a drug that's been here before us. It's been
it's a fucking plant, dog. It's so crazy,
it's
dog.
Crazy, bro. Yeah.
I mean, not a plant, but it's a mushroom, dog. I think there's probably a difference, dog. And maybe
I'm not really educated on it. I tried it, and by far, it was dope.
You know what this podcast, dog, what's dope about this podcast is just a trade in information, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what's dope is one day, dog, you come back on this podcast, dog, and I will be able to explain that. Why? Because I've had this conversation a million times. Or somebody put me up, a bunch of dudes put me up on game, and I feel like a master about it. This is what I like about this podcast. You know what, bro? For so many years, dog, I stayed stagnant, dog, in life, dog. And I mean, I thought this certain way it was living was just supposed to be what it was, dog. You know what I mean? But far did I know, dog, I knew, dog, that I had a brain bigger, you know what I mean? But so right now, I'm just like, I love the information, dog. I love these conversations, dog.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I love these conversations. Give me the information, dog. I mean, I was listening to some shit the other day, dog. And I mean, just the littlest things sometimes is mind blowing. You would just never know, you would never think about it. You know what I mean? It wouldn't cross your mind. Like how far can a bear hear, or the senses? And it's crazy. Like, one or the other is like fucking miles, dog. You know what I mean? Like there's so much information out there, dog. You know what I mean? I'm just I just want to hear all the information, dog.
Yeah, it's true, man. I mean, I was watching about the dinosaurs and how they got wiped out. And they started talking about how us as humans, we've taken over the world. Like there's nothing superior more than us. Not snakes, not fucking horses. Like we have taken over the world because we have emotion. We have critical thinking is very important, and those are the basics of what I was seeing. I forgot your podcast. You would ask somebody, what's the percentage of people who are successful? Right, and the reality is 1%.
Is that what it is?
I think so, because that's why the 1% utilize sports to cash in, because everybody's running around wearing their jerseys, going to the games.
Yeah.
Why are players making $300 million for? That's crazy, bro. Like, who needs that much money? They're just playing. Why? Because a lot of attention's on that. And that just goes to show what percentage are not paying attention and paying attention to more of their daily habits. And that's like a big thing for me. Is I always preach to everybody, fuck sports, bro. Like, I mean, a lot of people might get mad because of this, but I really feel the only time you should watch sports or be about sports is if you're a barber watching sports all day, right? You're hustling and watching sports.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Or if you made it and you're very wealthy and you are out having a great time.
Hey, bro, that shit's so dope that you say about barbers, because I got two homies that own barbershops, dog. They're in my neighborhood, dog. You know what I mean? And for years, dog, we hung out at these barbershops. And sometimes once in a while I go down and get a lineup and shit, even though I kind of relocated a little bit, dog.
Yeah.
But anyways, dog, it's funny, bro, because like these dudes know everything about sports.
Yeah. But they're doing it while they're hustling, so nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah.
But when you dedicate yourself to be the biggest fan, to the point where when the team leaves or you burn their thing and you're running around after a game kicking cars in, and bro, that is how can I put it, self-destruction in somebody. You know, when somebody has that much when somebody has that much love for something, it's bad. Remember you were talking about religion?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta believe religion to a certain extent, but when you make it everything and you give it that much power, but it controls you, it's a bad thing. In my opinion.
No, I agree with that.
In my opinion.
You know what, dog? My mom met some dude and shit, and he was all fucking Christian, like a crazy Christian, dog. You know what I mean? Christian out of Pasadena, church out of Pasadena,
Mhm.
dog. I mean, and these dudes were programmed fucking robots, dog.
It's crazy.
And it was just, even when I was a young kid, I was just like, man, this is some bullshit. Are you fucking
Yeah.
kidding me, dog? You know what I mean? Like, oh, they're going to tell you this is what you need to do, and now this is what you're going to do, and we need to live by that, by a motherfucking code of fucking, you know what I mean?
And
Like, and if I cross that line, dude, I'm going to be condemned with a motherfucking ass whooping, you know what I mean? Like, bro, maybe that's why I turned out so bad, dog, because I was, in the beginning of my years, I was raised in a very strict, with my mom and her new husband, strict fucking crazy environment. And then she hated my pops, and I was her only son, and it just brought crazy elements involved with each other, dog. And oh man, it was horrible, bro. You know what I mean? Swear to God. And, you know,
I mean, religion is a very powerful thing.
Fuck.
And some people definitely can benefit off of it, and some people can't. It depends on your state of mind. I'm not saying I don't need it, but I'm very, my integrity is high. I don't steal. I don't rob. I don't do things that are unhumane. So that's where I draw the line. No, but I definitely do respect and listen and pay attention to what the Bible says. But when some people need it, because that's why there's serial killers. That's why there's people doing bad things, because they need direction, and that's when the Bible definitely comes in.
Are they the weaker class of people?
Not the weaker class. It's everything. Everything's education, bro. Everything's perspective. There's anything that's weak can be strong again. There's nothing like when you die, you turn into sand. That's what I mean by like your mentality can always be changed. Like your brain is an organ. It's a muscle. You can always teach it new things, but it needs to be open to teaching new things. So when somebody needs to be, what's that word, rehabilitated?
Rehabilitated.
They need to understand the process of why that's happening in order for it to work. And then that's when sometimes the Bible kicks in, or sometimes they find other things that brings them to I guess reality, where they can actually do something great and not bad no more. And that's when it kicks in. But for me, I'm very, 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 my word is everything, bro. Like, I can't break my word. I'm not going to steal from you. If I say something, I'm going to do it. And if I can't, I'm going to tell you I can't do it. There's no, like I was telling you, don't be mad at your lady for 3 hours. That's stupid. I'd rather tell you straight up, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Save me 3 weeks of nervousness to finally tell you I can't do it, to tell you. So my integrity is up there, man. And my word, it's not that my word means a lot, but my everyday operation of how I work as a human needs to be on point. That's how my body operates, my brain operates. I can't let you down. Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy Diaz right there for you. Urban Kings, Old English clothing brand, the Psycho Shop, and everything else he got on the motherfucking side that he ain't gonna fucking put you up on, because you know what I mean? It is what it is. Hey, brother, thank you for
appreciate
being
that.
here today, my boy.
Yeah, appreciate
You know what I mean?
Appreciate everybody leave a fucking comment. Subscribe to the motherfuckers YouTube. Like, this is not easy. We've been here for 2 hours. You could have been with your lady doing shit with your dogs. Like, subscribe to his YouTube. Get up on game and drop some comments, some flames. Drop some positive comments on there. You will get 7 years good luck. I'm telling you right now.
You actually have a question real quick. Let's get that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, dog. I mean, I was reading it. It's actually from one of my homies of mine. He's a good dude, dog. Richard West, Weasel. What up, my G? Hey, let's answer that shit real quick. So the question is, Jimmy, for someone trying to start a business that is a novice, would you recommend that they take business classes, or would you recommend they just jump right in and get their feet wet?
It depends on them. Like, it depends on their background. It's always smart to take fucking business classes. Like, come on, like, you're learning how to be a businessman. That's why you take courses or classes or YouTubes, in order to get your feet wet. You don't want to jump in a pool where you might, you want to find out if there's any sharks there, or if you're going to be bit by sea. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to educate yourself. And that's something for you to find out. Like, it's your job to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the best thing I can say is evaluate it, make a list of things, do your pros and cons. Do you have enough money? Is it your last money you're going to invest? Because if it is, don't do it. You know, like, all my investments are my investment money, not like my last dollar that I have. If I lose it, I lose it. If I don't, I don't. You know, so all these things need to be written down. Google a to-do list. Google some type of a template where you can evaluate, you know, your revenue, income, your profits, how much time is it going to take. There's so much of
Hey,
it,
give me some advice. I think you gave me a little advice earlier, dog. But give me some advice, right, dog, with my podcast, dog.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Jimmy Diaz, dog. I mean, the dude that's been in this game so long, dog. Like, I when I ask you for that advice, dog. I mean, I guess I'm just taking advantage of having you on my podcast, dog. And you know what I mean, I want to hear. I mean, like, what would you tell me, bro? Like, give me some advice.
Who's the biggest podcaster right now?
Joe Rogan.
What does he do with this podcast?
I mean, he educates people. He informs people.
Okay, besides that, what does he actually do with the execution of his podcast?
I mean,
he breaks it down.
The subjects, right?
Yeah, what I would say is do R&D. The R&D is research and development.
So just
look at what he's doing and do it.
Yeah.
You know, what he does is he breaks down everything to the smartest questions and makes them 18.
He's such a smart dude, though, and he always tries to he tries to act like he isn't smart, dog, but he's like, no, I'm fucking just a regular dude. And it's like, nah, bro.
Because we're all regular dudes, but yeah.
He's smart as fuck, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't feel like I have I don't feel like I have the intelligence level to reach that he has, because I think genetically he's wired a little better than I am. And I mean, I'm not trying to put myself down, dog. I mean, but I feel like I offer different things. I've been through some crazy shit in life, dog, that dude could never fucking touch, dog. You know what I mean? You know, and so I mean, so those perspectives and those fucking crazy moments in life throughout my life, dog, it seemed like it started since I was young, baby, like 5 years old, a baby and shit, dog. I mean, but anyways, bro, like, so I think like I can bring something different, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's universal. Back to that word universal. You know what I mean?
I'm not talking about context. I'm not talking about making your podcast as him. What I'm talking about is how his operation and how he delivers the podcast. What he does is pay attention to the biggest podcasters on how they break down. So I'm gonna tell you right now, Joe Rogan, what he does is he does them 1 hour long. Then he cuts down like, how do you start a business? And then he gets the guy in there, and that's all he posts. And then you can actually see the full interview if you go to the hour long, but he breaks it down. So that would be one thing I would say, do, because that's what he's doing.
Break it down to different fucking
Yes, no, because some people don't want to see a podcast for an hour and a half.
Yeah, they want to see the highlight reel.
Yeah, unless the guy's talking, knocking some knowledge, and you know that's very hard to do. Somebody who can keep a 2 hour to a 1 hour podcast popping, that's a very oiled man right there. You know, that's not hard to do. So I would say pay attention to what other biggest podcasters are doing. Adam 22 is another guy. Adam 22.
He doesn't say. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of them, dog, but he doesn't say like a lot. He's just like, he just lets the dude go and he'll say a little shit. But like, I mean, I don't see something. I mean, I've only watched a couple things, but I don't see something like that was attracting everybody to this dude so hard, dog. I mean, I might have not watched enough content though, dog. But what is it though? Do you know?
Well, he has great fucking people on his.
Yeah, but why is he having great people?
He's also open. He has his ladies, Lena the Plug, which is another big influencer.
Yeah. They
have a great relationship, and I think a lot of clout. I mean, I started following him because of Lena, not because of Adam. But Adam is, bro, his consistency. He's delivering right. I mean, it's the basics, bro. Like, forget why he's so popular. Just look at what he's doing as far as how he's executing his uploads. That's the important part. Because you're not him, so you don't want to be Adam 22. You don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to become him, talk about what he talks about, do what he does. You just got to pay attention to the basics of what he does.
Yeah.
How he's uploading. Does he go live? And if he goes live, does he later on go in there and cut the best parts? Does he upload those? And if he does, is he getting a lot of views? You know, the guy has over 2 million views, 2 million subscribers, so he's doing something right. So
no, I know, dog.
This is where the business aspect of you should come in.
And Joe Rogan has like 6.9 or something like that on fucking Instagram.
Joe Rogan, I believe, is the first or second biggest podcast in the world. Like he's huge.
I think he's the first, though.
Yeah, he's huge, bro. He's huge. But pay attention to what they're doing. You know, like you know what I'm saying, like. It's all R&D, bro.
You know what
the
it is,
answers
dog?
are there.
So check it out, dog. This is my shit. Like, so I have a couple influencers. Joe Rogan's one. Mike Tyson's one. I don't know if you ever listen to Mike Tyson's podcast.
Gotta have it.
Oh, dog, you gotta fuck.
Is he?
I mean, he'll take you off with Joe Rogan for a while, dog.
Really? I'll Google him tomorrow for sure.
Bro, he's fucking. Mike Tyson has lived such an extraordinary type of life, dog.
He has some education,
dog. That he's smart. And he tells the raw stories, and he's such a like. So I grew up in the 90s, dog. You know how there was always the homies on the block. It was just characters, dog.
Yeah.
Like this fool's crazy, dog. Bitch, fuck, woo. Like I grew up with all them crazy ass gangbanging fools, dog, in the 90s and shit, dog. And I just tripped out about how like if I had my homie Sleepy, he's just a fucking nut, dog. He stab you with some motherfucking nail clippers, dog. You know what I mean? Or this homie, or that homie, or woo woo whoop. You know what I mean? And so he just, I mean, maybe I'm more attracted to that craziness, dog, because he comes across to me and he's a character in the hood, dog. And he was a huge character, a heavyweight champion of the world character. I got him right there, dog. I love Mike Tyson, dog. I mean, and I love Muhammad Ali, dog. When I was a kid, my somehow, some way, my pops swindled me to take a picture with Muhammad Ali. So bro,
it's real.
100%.
Why don't you have this right here?
Because, dog, I'm telling my fucking pops, show me that picture. And so since I'm barely like 5 years away from getting my life back on track, bro. I've been good for like 5 years, dog.
Okay.
I mean, so I've worked my way up to whatever I have within these 5 years, dog. You know what I mean? And fucking he just like, so now I'm doing good, and I'm asking him for the picture, and he's just like, I can't find it. I keep on looking for it. I mean, he's got this kind of like decent sized house in my hood, dog. You know what I mean? It's a Victorian house. He bought it for fucking $500 in South Central, and he moved it to fucking Highland Park, dog. You know what I mean? You know, back in the day, bro. You know, I mean, my pops is a crazy hustler too, dog. You know what I mean? But he's just like fucking weird, dog, like me, maybe, but just different weird, bro. I don't know what the fuck, dog. I mean, but anyways, dog. If not, dude, I've been bugging him for that picture. I'm sorry, I went on a long ass rant about that, dog. I want to get that picture, dog. You know what I mean, I want to put it up right there, dog. You know what I mean, but my boy, thank you so much, dog.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me on. You know, like I said, bro, it's like this right here is also like it's like education for me to know how to maneuver, how to talk. When I say R&D, I'm doing my own R&D on myself right now.
I mean, this is the story of your life, bro.
Yeah,
trial and error.
For sure.
Of just jumping in. You ain't scared, homie.
Yeah, well, fuck being scared, bro.
You ain't scared, dog.
There's
I mean, you know what's crazy is you probably sometimes bump into some dude that he's just fucking out of his motherfucking mind. He's whooping. It's like, bro, I ain't scared, dog, but I'm a little smarter than what the fuck.
But you know what?
Right
Those are the coolest motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, I mean, when
the craziest ones are the coolest ones.
When the smoke, because they're confident who the fuck they are, dog.
Yeah.
They're not a pressure case. So I'm not saying I'm the craziest one, but I was up there trying to compete with the craziest ones. Sometimes I thought I was the craziest one, but I will talk about the weirdest shit, dog. I will talk about all that shit. Why, big dog? Because people know who the fuck I am, dog. Yeah. I'm not trying to create myself right now. I mean, I'm trying to put off a better energy, like we talked about before, dog, and saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, you know what I mean? That dick, that asshole. Like this is my thought process behind that dick and asshole. Like I was just a dick, but like maybe I got little issues from growing up, or maybe this or that. You know what I mean? You can get to know me better, maybe understand our history that we've had that's in the past. You know what I mean? But anyways, bro, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like you've been 100% right here, dog.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
I mean,
this
shit went so good, dog. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this right now, dog. I'm gonna say this while we're live still, dog. That I felt this shit went so good, dog. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed this conversation. Here we are 2.5 hours later when we talked about just doing 45 minutes, dog. I talked about you that, and you said, well, let's try to do like 45 minutes. You know what I mean? And then we talked, and we were like, all right, well, maybe we'll just fucking just see how it goes, dog.
I listened to what you said, bro. This is your podcast. Remember I told you about conversation in language.
Yeah.
You want to do longer? Do it.
I mean, I just
Trying to make you happy, bro. Yeah.
Hey,
It's your podcast.
Hey, everybody, give it up for Jimmy Diaz.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so shoot that real quick, dog. Shoot the social media out there real quick, dog.
You guys can follow me at Urban Kings on Instagram and Facebook official. Urban Kings official on Facebook. I got at Old English Brand for my clothing brand, oldenglishbrand.com. At the Cycle Shop on Instagram, thecycleshop.com. And yeah, just keep it out. You know, I also got other websites and all that, like YouBuyCDs, MissCrazies.com. I mean, there's so much shit, bro. But the main one is my Urban Kings at AOL. The Urban Kings at Instagram.
Yeah, 100%, dog. Thank you so much, my boy. Hey, until next time, dog. Hey, Hood Stocks, Jimmy Diaz.
Appreciate you guys.
We out. Yeah, that was good, dog.
Oh my gosh, it was a long time.